Hello, and welcome. Welcome to a world on the brink of destruction. Thanks to this guy, Bob. I hate him. He has a disgusting disease that he loves to spread to other people. The unfortunate consequence of this is that the entire world will soon be consumed. Overrun with parasitic organisms, evolving from very small creatures into monstrosities that can one-shot you in full netherite. I am going to be doing my best to survive 100 days in this world without dying a single time. This is hardcore mode, and it's not fun, because at any point my world can be deleted, and my enemy cannot be overcome. The best I can hope for is to simply push them back. My only hope to survive the 100 days is to gain as much power as possible. In order to do this, I will be upgrading my gear and leveling up my stats. Yes, indeed, I will be solo leveling. But all jokes aside, I'm going to try my damn best to survive the 100 days. And it's about time that we begin. Now, although this world will soon be consumed by parasitic organisms, for now it's relatively clean. But it won't stay that way for long. As such, time is of the essence. My initial goal is to find diamonds within the first 5 days, and this should give us a relatively good starting point for things to only go downhill from there. Right, so, what do we have here? Pigs. And chimkins. And a very large tree. Oh. I can see the health on the top left there. I'm sorry, pig. Beautiful. I chopped down the trees, and since I'd spied that iron there, made myself a wooden pickaxe to turn into stone, and then used the stone to mine the iron. Now that we have a couple of tools, I'm feeling a bit peckish. A lot like these walking chicken nuggets here. And it's not every day you have a meal walk right into your mouth, so don't mind me, I'm going to harvest. Beautiful. Coming up soon on the McDonald's menu is, of course, the McRiblet. This one made from mutton. And as an interesting side effect, when you order the McRiblet, you can also build a bed. With my starting tools made and my lunchbox filled, I spied a nearby building. I thought about going in the front door, but upon hearing someone with some kind of throat infection inside, I thought instead I'll peek through here, destroy the spawner, and then go in while it's safe. Got him. Climbing to the top, I managed to find a chest with an enchanted book inside. Life mending converts health into durability. I don't see how that's useful. I'd rather be alive. Golden apples this early. Wow. Oh, and a saddle. Huh. Maybe we can get a horse. A lot of music discs, but I don't care for that. Oh, we got some things. Not incredibly useful things, if I'm being completely honest. Moving swiftly on, I managed to find a hole in the ground filled with flame and lava. And also some beautiful iron. We're certainly going to want that when we go underground soon. I got to mining just as the sun was beginning to set. Since I have that bed we made earlier, I could have gone to sleep, but I thought I'll get this iron first and start smelting it. And then the parasites arrived. This time arriving from outer space, the microscopic organisms that will form the parasite infection, arriving from another planet on comets or asteroids if you like. These are the parasites arriving, these meteorites. Coming from another world to ruin mine. I have no idea where exactly those parasites are going to land, but it won't be long before we see our first lot of creatures. And if you know anything about parasites, you'll know that they don't like fire. So I thought it might be a good idea right now to fill myself up a lava bucket. We don't have too much iron, but this bucket may save our life later. If we see any assimilated forms of parasites, or adapted forms, this bucket could be the only thing to take it down. I have plans for being able to deal with the larger forms of parasites, but thankfully the creatures that arrived on the meteorites are very small and unable to harm anyone. Cute though they may be, these things have unlimited potential, and therefore I need to kill every single one I find. If I don't, they will become unstoppable. Anyway, we need to get back to our diamond hunt. I chopped down a nearby tree, and also managed to gather some coal. We want to build ourselves a full set of iron armor and get underground immediately. I'd managed to smell some of our iron as the meteorites arrived last night, and made myself an iron axe. This is going to serve as our primary weapon while we're in the cave. And speaking of caves, this one here should do. All we need to do is get underground sufficiently deep enough. Oh, no, there's a creeper. Hold that thought. Got him. Okay, so we need to get deep underground. The easiest way is going to be find a tunnel that leads us there. Mining would take too long. And just as I was beginning to delve deeper underground, I found my first parasite. Okay, we have our first parasite. Already. I was hoping it would be a couple of days. Meteorites. We've got to kill as many parasites as we see. Try and hold it back. It's just, we're just gonna make it an executive decision. We're going down. Now, the mechanics of the parasite apocalypse are fairly simple. There's a number that continually goes up dependent on how many parasitic cells are currently in our world. The higher the number, the more horrifying things we will see. Using the parasite's body parts, we can craft blocks which will push that number back. Alternatively, killing parasites will also decrease the amount of living cells, and therefore that pushes back the number a bit as well. Ergo, we are incentivized to kill as many parasites as we can find. The more we kill, the slower the progress of the infection, and the longer we stay alive. Much to my dismay, the cave did not go very deep, so I did have to resort to a little bit of mining to get us further underground. After a bit, I heard a zombie calling my name through the wall, so I figured there must be another tunnel through there. Digging into it, I confirmed my theory and stabbed the zombie in the mouth. This tunnel should get us a little further. And as it's exposed, we have a chance of finding some diamonds. A few diamonds and some obsidian, and we can get out of here. And then think about where we might live to build our parasite resistance base. I should mention, while I'm definitely down here looking for diamonds, that doesn't mean I'm wealthy enough to ignore all of the other ores. In fact, we are extremely poor right now, and I'll take every single thing I can get, including this lapis lazuli here, and these little bits of gold. The dangers I faced underground weren't too severe, but they were present, mainly in the form of the bone men, zombies and creepers, and of course infrequently the undeveloped tentacle parasites. Not very many of them right now, but that'll change in a good week or so. I managed to find a passage that led deeper into the cave. We do want to go a little further down. Unfortunately, if I jump down here, I will take too much damage. So if I bring a bed with me, we can do this safely. All you do is yeah, just like that. Never mind that snapping sound you heard, that was just my ankle. Down here in the bowels of the earth, we get to meet our good friend Lava once again. Just gonna put that there so I don't step in it by accident. We also get more valuable ores, like this gold here. We get a refreshment of coal, too. Lots of obsidian here, if we can find some diamonds. Aha! Excellent. This is a good thing to have found early. However, we're gonna need more. We can get an enchanting table early, that will also help us drastically. As much as I wanted to get out of this dark, dingy dungeon, having found only 2 diamonds was insufficient. I'm going to need roughly 4 or 5 more. So I decided I would stay down there for a bit longer. And actually almost ended up being killed by a skeleton due to being caught in a Gulf Stream. Bad. Ah! Thank you. If you'd stayed over there, I probably would have died. I then took a quick break in the cave and made myself a snack, and then I started to get a little curious as to what day it was. Checking the console, it appears to be day 3. I'm not sure at what point the day changed. It's kinda hard to tell down here, but getting back up to the sunlight is going to have to wait until we find more diamonds. This cave doesn't go any deeper, and sadly we did get unlucky. So what we're going to do is we're going to resort to strip mining. This is a technique by which we should be able to find some diamonds. All you do is walk a few blocks forward and dig to the left and right. If you see no diamonds, you keep going. You just repeat again and again, and eventually you'll find some. As far as I know, this is the best way to find diamonds. And while I'm doing this, I'm also going to cook up these iron ores. May as well leave that running while I'm searching. And not too long later, my neurons were stimulated. And I managed to find enough diamonds to keep us going. Ah, good. More diamonds. A reasonable amount this time, which is even better. That's what I'd like to see. Grab the old craftington. And we're gonna make ourselves a diamond pickaxe. With this, we can get ourselves started with enchantments. Right, let's go grab 4 obsidian, and then we are out of here. Well, quite. Righto. 4 obsidian coming up. Four obsidian, diamonds, we're out of here. Job done. Successful day 3. Diamonds acquired. Not a lot, but something. My quest completed, I emerged from the cavern to find that it's now nighttime, and following a quick nap, I then started looking around my surroundings to see if we might be able to build a base somewhere. This snowy biome I'm in could be good, but unfortunately there appears to be a monster over there called Frostmore. I've lived with my fair share of terrible roommates in the past, and an icy monstrosity I'm not going to add to the list. One thing I wasn't terribly flush on is food. So I made sure to stab any birds, pigs, or cows I found as I explored. Eventually I stumbled upon some sand dunes, and I thought to myself, the desert might be a good idea. You see, the parasites gain points for every creature they manage to assimilate into a parasitic form, and they also gain points for killing creatures. But the desert, although very barren and difficult to live in, may be perfect for me because it's the same for the parasites. As I entered the desert, I saw a small grouping of dogs over in the distance, and due to all the bone men that I'd killed in the mines, I had some bones on me. I figured I might be able to tame one, and sure enough, I did get lucky. Not too lucky, mind you. I could technically have been able to tame all of these, but we got one, so I can't complain. I can try, but I shouldn't. What should we call you? Dunk. I'm gonna call you Dunk. Go over here, Dunk. Come on, we're going there. Go live in the desert, Dunk. So I have this idea I'm going to run by myself by talking out loud. The parasites need sustenance in order to develop. Largely. They can develop in other ways, but one of the ways is they consume other things. And in the desert, they don't have that. They struggle for it, because there's nothing here. Everything's dead. They don't eat cactuses. So, this might be a good idea to live here. At least for a while. Maybe we move again later. So I picked a random spot in a relatively flat area next to some water, and started throwing together a little shanty. Just realized I haven't given myself any windows. It's fine. Crafting table, bed. Okay, let's go to bed. We have some walls. There's something. We're gonna build the parasite research facility. I'm gonna learn how to take them down. As I was building though, a sound kept on alerting me. Help me, Dunk. There's a parasite nearby. Get him, Dunk! Where is he? That is the sound of this little squiggly parasite guy. It's called a ruptor. It's a very primitive parasite and easy to kill. But they can lead to serious consequences if left alone. Obviously, as soon as I hear this sound, I go on the hunt to try and take it down. But I couldn't find it anywhere. I thought maybe I'd just imagined it at first, but the sound kept on going. I can hear him, but I can't see him. Steam was leaking out my ears as I tried to think where this ruptor could possibly be, while I was putting the roof on my little shack. And so I took a quick break, and when I returned, I'd managed to figure it out. So I'm hearing a lot of parasites around me right now. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be some kind of tunnel or something under here. Let's see if we can find a... Yeah, sounds like he's down here. I'm hearing him. Oh! Aha! Get him! Ooh. Ah! Okay, so there's a tunnel right under our house. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. That place is too close to a tunnel. We're gonna go on the hill. That way, there's no way there's gonna be a tunnel nearby. Come on, no, we're going on the hill. Due to a lack of building materials, I didn't start building a new house. But what I did do is start flattening out the top of this hill. If it's flat, then I can at least place some things down, chests and such, and have some kind of homeliness, and deal with my horribly overcrowded inventory. It does annoy me not having an actual house to live in, but beggars can't be choosers, and all I want to do is survive in this parasite apocalypse for the full 100 days. If living on the top of a sandy hill is what it takes to survive, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'll build a base later, don't worry, but for now, we're just gonna have sandy underpants. I went to bed in the first little shack I built because I'd left the bed there and didn't want to climb back up the sand dune just to sleep. After which, I started heading back, but looped around the water, and discovered that there is apparently an acacia tree biome right next to the desert. This is good because it does mean we have some wood, although I absolutely despise the way acacia tree wood looks. We can at least grow trees here if we find some saplings. As I had lots of digging to do, I did think briefly about making a diamond shovel. And then I remembered I'd just gathered that obsidian the other day, and I could perhaps make an enchanting table. But then I remembered, no, I would need leather to do that. I need to be able to make a book first. So what we'll probably do soon is go exploring, see if we can't find some cows. I only need one leather for the enchanting table, but any more will be helpful. Let's go find some cows, Dunk. Let's pick it up the bed. Just to take with us. Come on, Dunk. We're gonna find some cows. As I was heading out, I noticed a nearby stream has a bunch of squids in it. Normally, these are pretty useless, but in the parasite infection, they're actually not. I can combine their ink sacs with ruptor bits and make some parasite armor. So what we do is we take the ruptor viscera here, and we combine it with the ink sacs and the string, and we get 4 twisted fibers. If we can find some more string, we can make some more. This is 6, so it's better than iron, worse than diamonds. But it can also be upgraded, I believe, with the use of armored scales, which we'll be getting from other parasites, and this is better than diamonds. 2 and 8 and 2 and 11. That'd be lovely. Anyway, let's go to bed. On day 7, I didn't find the cows I was looking for, but I did find this odd-looking upside-down triangular thing. Inside here should be enemies and also treasure chests. I wasn't entirely sure at the time what you can get as rewards from these pyramids, but I was certain that whatever it is got to be good to my impoverished self. Lovely sound. Hello? Ah! A glutton Fijian. What does that mean? Actually, we can find out. Let's see. Yes, it works! Oh, leather! Brilliant. And more iron. This place is a mess. There are a lot of noises. Careful there, Dunk. See if we can't find where all these guys are. Ah! There you are. Dunk! Dunk! God damn it, Dunk! Get out of there! Dunk! Dunk! Don't do it, Dunk! Ah, thank God. Hey, you sit there, Dunk. You cannot be trusted. Uh-oh. Didn't anticipate this. Yeah. Got him. Nice little XP farm we've stumbled on. Alright, let's get out of here. Go grab Dunk, get out of here. Got everything we need now. Can head home. We managed to get leather. We didn't even need to find cows. Come on, Dunk, we're going home. I'll come back here for some XP later. Right, which way home is it, Dunk? Not that way. That way, it's this way. Yep, this way. Come on, Dunk, we're going home. Right, but one thing we have done, we've made a book. Why can I not enchant things? So it turns out the reason I can't enchant anything is because you need at least one bookshelf to enchant. I'm not sure when this became a thing, but it is. I also then remembered that I need to build this book so that I can level up like my boy Sung Jin Woo. The sooner we can start leveling up our stats and metamorphizing into a K-pop Chad, the better in my opinion. Now climbing up the hill every time I want to get home is incredibly fun, and I enjoy doing it. But I'm going to build a railway system anyway. Even if the cart doesn't go very fast, I'm not climbing this damn hill all the time. My calves are getting tired. Right, let's give this a test run. Up we go. Aha! Oh. Oh well, it works. Now that the private lift to my penthouse has been installed, I think we're going to go back to the pyramid. I have an idea. Oh wait, no, before we go, I'm going to see if this enchanting problem we have is caused by the lack of any bookshelves. Just plonkaroony. Yep. Yeah, it was caused by the lack of bookshelves. Right. Ooh, hello. We've got a double enchant on this pickaxe. Beautiful. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a level 1 enchants on all of my stuff. I have enough levels for it. It only costs 1 level per thing, since you can only level things to level 1. But if we get attacked by a Parasite Enderman or something, I'm gonna want all the defense I can have. Well, this is a serene scene, but you can see the sun setting over there on a beautiful day 8, and we've managed to scavenge for ourselves a full set of enchanted iron armor. Not good enchants, mind you, mostly just protection 1, but it's better than nothing. I think that's like 16% defense increases. I don't know. I didn't pay attention in enchanting class. At the beginning of day 9, I was digging some sand, and then a worm nearby transformed into a Ruptor. So I thought I'd sick Dunk on him, and then after he died, he dropped 2 more Ruptor viscerers. This was interesting because it meant that I could now craft 1 piece of the Ruptor armor. This couldn't have come at a more annoying time though. I just enchanted my iron armor, and we'll probably want to wait before we enchant this stuff. But oh well, this stuff has armor toughness, which is better than my iron, so I'm gonna have that. I thought about heading out into the desert to get back to that pyramid. I wanted to go there as soon as possible. I think it might be possible to turn that thing into a mob farm. But before I do that, I'm gonna have a quick look around my area. We can't be too careful. We don't want to find out that there's some parasitic spawning mechanism nearby or some other bollocks. No, what we want is a nice, pristine British countryside with all of the glory and beauty that will bring. I did stab a few more squids while I was out. I want to make a full set of that parasite armor. It can even be upgraded if I manage to kill some adapted parasites in the future. So it might be good to have some ink sacs on hand. And then spend a wee while gathering up some seeds so I can grow myself some bread. Honestly, I'm running out of food. There aren't that many animals in the desert, which is part of the point, I suppose. After that, I stabbed a spider and headed home. I want to make sure I keep sleeping through the night, otherwise parasites are going to spawn in the desert, and we don't want that. In fact, as you can see right now, there's a few parasites on top of my hill. This needs to be avoided at all costs, because they can also infect the ground. What is this little guy? And now he's dead. In the morning, while doing some routine pest extermination near my house, or, well, I say house, it's just a hill. But anyway, upon destruction of this zombie here, he happened to drop a heart container. This is going to be one of the best ways for us to survive the parasites. If I am to consume this item like so, we're now building onto the second row of hearts. This means we now have 11 total health. But don't worry, this isn't going to be easy. Now that I've gotten one from a zombie, I can't get one again. If we're going to want lots of extra hearts, we're going to have to be killing either parasites or finding extremely rare heart shards underground. Moving on, my next task in that day was to make sure that all of the nearby parasites had been killed. After the infestation had been dealt with, I was finally able to make that book that we need in order to channel our solo leveling powers. We can now level up some of our skills. Unfortunately, this book is not complete. There are some pages missing. There are some things we can't upgrade, but one thing that we can upgrade is our attack speed and our attack damage. That's definitely what we're going to be focusing on for now. Sadly for me though, I've spent all of my XP enchanting my stuff, so we're going to have to wait a bit. One thing we were able to do though is build some of this armor. I wasn't really sure what to make at first, but the helmet looks cool as hell, so I'm going to make one of those. Oh yeah, we look like some kind of evil knight or something.
Finally, I look as pretty as I feel.
Those two armor pieces I've made give us 0.05 armor toughness each. Armor toughness is a stat like armor, although it works slightly differently and reduces your damage in another way. I think it's percentage based, but I don't understand this gibberish. The point is, it's only a matter of time until we run into a parasite enderman or assimilated beings. I was desperately hoping I wouldn't run into a parasite enderman anytime soon, because as soon as I do, I'll probably die. Chances of me surviving something like that are incredibly slim. Our best survival strategy right now is going to be avoiding dangerous entities until we're strong enough to be able to take them on. Regardless, I used the rest of the daylight of day 10 to simply plant my seed into some soil I put nearby. Thanks to dealing with those parasites on day 9, we now have enough XP to level up our strength a little bit. I was only able to level it up twice, but we all have to start somewhere, don't we?
It's not been easy for me. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
And just before I headed back to the pyramid, I made myself an iron saber. This thing does extra damage if the opponent isn't wearing chest armor, which includes every parasite, I believe. Oh, and one other thing the saber does, it absorbs some of the damage I take at the expense of its own durability. I wasn't sure how strong that effect is, but I thought maybe it'd be the difference between life and death if I happened to get ambushed by something. While I was hiking back to the pyramid, I thought I might check on the numbers. See down the bottom left here that the parasites currently have 180 points and they need 400 to get to the next evolution phase. We're currently at evolution phase 0, which means at the moment we should only see those little tentacle guys and the worms. When that gets to phase 1, we'll be seeing a lot more horrible things. Which is also the reason why I decided to dig into this pyramid. Turning this into a mob farm is probably going to take a few days, and we need to do it now while the evolution phase is 0. If we try to do it while it's 1 or 2, we're going to be fighting off parasites left and right while we're trying to do it. Idiotically, I'd also managed to forget to bring a bed with me, and so once things started getting dark, I had to head home in order to sleep. And again, I'd like to reiterate that I exterminated every single parasite I saw on the way home. Eat up. In the morning of day 12, I tried to get my bearing to head back to the pyramid. I believe it was directly over that way. And I also threw another point into strength. And though I was feeling pretty good about my gains, I then heard a sound which made me almost soil myself with terror. Oh god. I'm going to die. If I just saw what I thought I saw, I am definitely going to die. Now, in case you didn't see it, this is what I saw. It's an infected parasitic enderman. These things can teleport, and they can also bring other parasite mobs with them when they do so. This thing is incredibly dangerous, and I am definitely not going to fight it. What I decided I would do instead is get my bearing and try my best to avoid the parasite enderman in the hopes that he hadn't seen me. And as luck would have it, since I climbed down on the opposite side of the hill, I managed to escape and get back to the pyramid. Also, as it turns out, Duncan decided to return. That's nice of him. I don't really know where he went, but I must have lost him in the last few days and didn't notice. I then set to work digging away at the pyramid in order to make myself a cheeky mob farm. But all the while I was doing this, I was thinking about that parasite enderman outside my base. I don't know if they despawn, and in fact, I believe they don't. So it's very possible that when I get home, he'll still be there. I could, of course, abandon my home, but that wouldn't be very interesting. Although I'd managed to isolate the zombie spawners in this pyramid, my ears were detecting spiders nearby. There likely is some kind of spider spawner in here, although I'm not entirely sure where. I'll have to deal with that if I want this to be an effective mob farm. But I put that out of my mind for now and kept digging. Alright, let's get to bed. The bed that I definitely did bring with me this time. Oh yeah. Quiet, Dunk. We're going to bed. I really should lower the floor. I think it's 4 anyway, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely 4, not 3. Yeah. To turn this into an effective mob farm, we need a sufficient amount of space outside of these spawners. If we make it too narrow, they'll spawn outside the farm. If we make it too wide, then we won't be able to effectively funnel them down into a kill spot. What I thought I would do is take some of these blocks I'm digging away and extend the area around the spawners. As far as I was aware, you had to build 4 blocks outside of each spawner. That's the perfect amount of space. So what we're going to do here is build some kind of tumorous cube on the outside of the pyramid. It should be fairly obvious where the mob farm is. Well, we know it's working. Towards the end of day 14, we were nearly done, just needed to put in these water buckets to funnel them down into a single spot, which is going to be down here underneath the pyramid. I could still hear lots of the spiders around me, but don't worry, we'll deal with them soon. Once they're dealt with, nothing but zombies should spawn in here, and they should all be falling into my little zone. Towards the end of day 14, I'd managed to finish everything off and was able to give it a test run. And it seems to be working very well. I can stab plenty of ankles, and I'm a happy man. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to deal with the infestation of spiders. But before we can do that, we're gonna need more food. So for now, it's time for me to clock out and head home. Come on, Dunk. Let's go. Let's go find some chimkins or something. It's kinda hard to have food in the desert. There's a distinctive lack of nutrition available. Come on, Dunk. We're going. Where are you going? What's that guy doing? Dunk! Dunk! What you doing? What is that guy doing? Hello? The boy's gone daft. Dunk was being a bit of a knob and wouldn't get into the boat. And I spent a ridiculous amount of time just trying to get him in there. So much time, in fact, that I ended up being ambushed. Oh my god. Go, go, go. Where'd he go? Unfortunately, as it was getting dark, I had no choice but to make landfall and try to sleep. Otherwise, even more parasites would have spawned. Luckily for me though, Parasite Endermen do share some traits with regular Endermen, and they find it very hard to cross water, so it seems I'd managed to lose them. After eating my breakfast, I was now completely out of food, and didn't want to go home in case the Parasite Enderman back there was going to attack me. So I figured I'd wander off into the woods and find some chickens or something. I didn't find any chickens, but what I did find was some little red men. I thought I might be able to take them down, and as it turns out, yes I was, because they were non-aggressive. They were peaceful natives, and anyway, they seem to drop these magical little masks that have special effects on them. I found one of them that gives me a little speed boost. I figured this might be handy, so I hung on to it. That's non-aggressive? I thought you were. Ah, yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, I've seen... You guys seen that movie that came out? It was... Oh. Okay, well, good chat, lads. Afterwards, I did manage to find some of these beautiful chickens. And so with food acquired, it was now time for me to head home. Okay, let's get home. Cook up this meat. These sweet meats. drop off all this crap in my inventory. No. Where did it go? Don't taunt me, game. I'm not ready for this. I'm just a boy. That was definitely a Parasite Enderman, wasn't it? I'm gonna kill these guys. Okay. There he is. Now, do they like water? Doesn't seem to like water. If I can get him in the boat. Here he is. Come on, boat, boat! Boat nowhere. There he is. Okay, we're doing okay. We're alive. Yes! You swine! Oh, bested by my boat strategy. Yes, it was definitely the boat strategy that did it, and not my flailing at him. Infected flesh. Excellent. What does that mean? I can make pestilent chunks with it. 27 attack damage. Hello. We'd have to kill a lot of parasites to get those. We survived a Parasite Enderman attack. That's certainly a good thing. Make sure there are no parasites nearby. Creepington! Welcome to my XP bar. I really need some more redstone for this as well. This is unbearably slow. Besides rambling to myself, on day 16, I enchanted my axe and also thought it prudent to enchant my cutlass. This was very handy in dealing with that Parasite Enderman, and it being a little bit enchanted is going to be quite nice. Now, I knew I needed to go back underground in order to get some more supplies, but first we're going to go back to the pyramid. Once the pyramid has been cleared out, we'll go back underground, hopefully find what we need. We know we can beat Parasite Enderman now if we're clever. Don't let them... Oh, hey, Dunk. Nice of you to turn up to work. Annoyingly though, about the same time I returned to the pyramid, I suddenly remembered why I had left this place so quickly last time. Crap. Got him. Whew, that was a lot closer than last time. Get him, Dunk! Yes, Dunk! Oh, my boy! Oh, yes, and such a reward for surviving. Oh, Dunk, we did it, boy. Yes. Oh, I was so certain I was going to die. And a card container. How about that? One extra heart into our beautiful life. I then set to work clearing out the pyramid, and of course got envenomated almost straight away. Poisoned immediately. One of the benefits of doing this was cutting all of the webs gave me lots of string. That's going to be handy later for building our parasite armor. Once all the spawners had been destroyed, it was then simply a matter of putting up some torches and clearing out some pillars so that this place would stay lit up and creatures wouldn't spawn in here of their own volition. Once I was feeling I was about done, I then headed down to the zombie stab area just to test that everything seems to be working. And yes, everything seems fine. I even got a decent chunk of XP, just from killing the ones that had spawned while I was simply exterminating. Following that, I'd forgotten a bed, of course, so I needed to head home quickly. Which way home, Dunk? You should know. You got your canine ways. Oh, I'm on that hill there. Lovely. Stupid invisible spiders. Ah, oh, Dunk, you idiot. What have you done? Yeah, it was definitely Dunk's fault, not mine. I woke in the morning atop my sandy little dune to a beautiful and fantastic parasitic morning of day 18. Spying down the hill just a tad, I saw a normal Enderman. Not a parasite one this time, and then I had a brief, albeit slightly homicidal thought. I'm wondering if I should kill the regular Enderman to as a preventative measure against more parasite Endermen. Can't turn into parasites if they're dead. Dunk! Oh, Dunk! You stole my ride! Idiot. Luck was on that Enderman's side, though, because by the time I'd gotten down the hill, he had managed to disappear, and I couldn't find him. But I thought what I would do today is I'm going to explore the desert. We're going to see how far it goes, and if there's any other interesting little buildings or things for me to explore. In my discovery, I managed to find out that the desert actually didn't go too far. And there was actually an oak wood forest quite close by, as well as cows, which is fantastic because I need leather. Not for some kind of gimp suit, mind you. I need it for books, and I also need it for my parasite armor. Now, you might be thinking this is an excellent opportunity for me to make a cow farm, but here's what happened the last time that I tried to do that. Sorry, lads, but you've all got the ligma disease, and therefore you've got to go. Ooh, I got some milk, apparently. But this time, we are much earlier into the parasite infection, so it might be possible to make a cow farm. In order to do that, we need to quarantine the cows before starting to farm them. If any of them get the call of the hive disease, then they will turn into parasites as we progress through the evolution. But if they don't have the call of the hive disease, and we segregate them so that they can't catch it, we could potentially farm them. And in order to quarantine said cows, we're going to need a lot of blocks. What we're going to do is we're going to build a barn as quickly as we can, put some cows in there, and hope that they don't get infected by the time we finish. And so I channeled my inner Amishman and started building a barn. Much to my annoyance, this barn will have to be slightly large, because we need to make sure that no parasites are able to get inside or attack the cows through the walls. Oh, I forgot to grab the bloody bed. Dunk, we're going home. In order to expedite my ability to get to and from the barn, I thought it perhaps worthwhile to build myself a little diagonal staircase from my sandy dune all the way down to the ground. Once done, I set to chopping more trees. We needed a lot more wood. Though I tried not to make this place too large, I have still managed to entirely run out of blocks very quickly. Once the walls were done, I then set out to grab my cows. Last thing we want is to do all this work and then for them to be infected. In my mind, I thought day 19 is surely early enough that they won't all be infected, and we have a fairly good chance of getting some pure cows. And once they were in the barn, I then lowered the floor even further to try and reduce the chance of parasites getting inside. As the sun began to set, though, I still hadn't finished, and sadly reached the next stage of the infection. Oh, crap. Day 19. We've hit phase 1. We didn't manage to hold it back enough. We're now into phase 1 of the parasite infection. Previously, we were on phase 0. And as it sounds, it's much less deadly. But now we're in phase 1. We're gonna have to start taking things a little more seriously. Such as killing this thing here. I'll take that, thank you. Around me, there are far more raptors than there were yesterday. Really do have to try and make sure I'm not out during the night. Okay, let's finish building the barn. Ah, there you are. Thought I heard you. Ah, yes, we lost, what was his name? Dunk. We lost Dunk to the parasite Enderman, didn't we? Due to the fact that we're now into phase 1 of the parasite infection, I thought I might test some cows nearby to see if they're infected. The first one I unfortunately killed in one hit, so it was impossible to tell whether or not he's infected. Similar to the movie The Thing, the parasite only emerges if it feels the body is under attack. If you kill it in one hit, then it just dies. So I tested another cow, and unfortunately my suspicion was confirmed. Oh, no, it was. Oh dear. Are all of these infected? Yes. Ugh. Naturally, with my anxiety peaking, I rushed over to the barn and gave the boys a wee poke with my stabber. Nope, they're infected. Yeah. If we were to try and farm these, we would be allowed to do so, but it would only be a matter of time before they all turned on us. Due to it being infection phase 1, we could technically have still farmed them for leather. But the second we reach infection phase 2, which will be any day now, all of their meat and hide would have been useless. So getting rid of them was definitely for the best. While I was wandering about the wilderness, after having taken care of my cows, I was hearing horrifying noises despite there being no obvious parasites in sight. This led me to believe that perhaps every single animal in this area is infected. I can't see whatever that is. But I do have an idea. If we can get some eggs, we can spawn our own chickens and they won't be infected. Let's hope we can get some eggs. What about you? Are you infected? That one's not infected. I decided to make the sweeping decision that every animal needed to die. It's impossible to tell right now which ones are infected and which ones aren't. And in a few days' time, they may transform and attack me. So we'll take them out now while the parasite is dormant. I do feel a little bad for them, but we're not taking any chances here. I'm trying to make it to day 100, and I'm not letting some sneaky little cows get in my way. It then occurred to me that perhaps the horses could also get infected. This didn't used to be the case, but the parasites are getting a little smarter. After boiling alive 67 horses, I then found one which was in fact infected. Which made me feel a little bad about all the ones that weren't. But at the end of the day, I mean, who's really to blame? Is it me with the boiling machine, or the horses for possibly being infected? You're gonna have a few false positives here and there. Like that. This one. Horsehead. Yeah. Let's get home. Let's make some books. We have some leather. We have 10 leather, so we can make 10 books. That's 3 bookshelves. That's something. It's a start. I hope the rabbits can't get infected. If they do, I will be overwhelmed in an instant. I had hoped that with the upgrades to my enchanting table, I would be able to get a good enchant on my chestplate. But sadly not, I only got Unbreaking 2. That's fine though, as I had recently uncovered what our next upgrade is going to be. The next upgrade is going to be building some armor from the Pestilent Chunks. It's not a very delectable name, but it does make armor, which is slightly stronger than diamonds. But not 5 minutes after I'd enchanted some more of my gear, life then thought it prudent to give me another reminder as to why I need to keep getting stronger. Ah! Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Where's the Enderman gone? Annoyingly, I then had a look around and couldn't find the Enderman anywhere. He seems to have scuppered. Likely intimidated by the masculine screaming I just did. I hate it when the Endermen just pop in, ruin your life, and then disappear. It's so inconsiderate to my feelings. Enderman there is taking damage. Take care of him lest he become infected. Ruined my life again, like that last guy. At that point, it was time for me to do some more mining. We were currently well on our way to phase 2, and the further along we get, the more dangerous mining will become. In fact, the adapted level parasites are able to smell me underground and burrow to me. In order to avoid being caught in a dangerous underground predicament, we're going to have to get as much mining out of the way as early as possible. Just as I was about to set up camp for the night, an old friend decided to pop round and say hello. There's my boy. It's good to see you again. Ah. Yes. Ah, stupid head. What is happening? Ah. God, it's miserable fighting them. In order to do our mining, I decided to go into the ocean. The reason for this is we currently have a base which is nicely perched atop a sand dune, and the last thing I want to do is build a tunnel underneath it, because that would defeat the whole point of having a base there in the first place. Once I was underground, I was able to settle in and do some relaxing mining. Ah, it's like whale song to me. It's just so relaxing and satisfying. I spent 2 days down in that mine gathering as many resources as I could. But while I was down there, the parasites were of course hard at work. We've now reached phase 2. In order to speed things along, I decided to level up my mining skill. Fighting off all the Endermen had given me some experience to work with, and I should be using it. We managed to restock on almost 2 stacks of iron, and managed to find ourselves a few cheeky diamonds. Aha! There you are, my glowing blue friend. Mining did get a bit boring though, and so to keep things interesting, I thought I would live on the edge. Whoa! That was a toasty bath. Whoa! How fun! Maybe look before you walk into tunnels, I say to myself. The last resource I was able to find was something very special. Heart crystal ore. Oh my god. If I can find 9 shards, I can increase my maximum health. Arguably, I would say this makes it more valuable than diamonds. Logically though, it is also rarer than diamonds, and I only managed to find 8 shards before wrapping up my mining. After I finished up and was just about to leave, I then heard a familiar sound. It was obviously an Enderman nearby, but I couldn't see where it was. It's too dark. So I thought I'll go back into the mine and sleep through the night. After my nap in the mine, I then had a peek to see what was going on. And as you've probably deduced, it was a parasite Enderman, who happened to be dropping parasites on top of me. This has put me into a very awkward position. I looked at the situation pragmatically and decided this is going to be too dangerous. And what I decided to do instead was find an alternate way out of the mine. I thought what I'll do is I'll tunnel myself closer to the shore and see if we can't get up through shallower water. We had lost day 25 entirely, but we did seem to have also lost the Enderman. Okay. I think we're good. That's Raptor over there. Go take care of Mr. Squiggles over there and get home. I'm not sure where my boat was. Ah! Mr. Squiggles! Why would you do that? After getting home, I then wrapped up day 26 by building myself an anvil, repairing my pickaxe, and getting to bed. On day 27, it was time for me to get off my sandy dune and go out and find a dungeon or something. I knew that magical items existed out in the world. The problem is finding them. They do tend to pop up in dungeons though, which is why I wanted to go out and find one. I love that this environment is just completely bereft of life due to me exterminating everything. Oh, there's a wolf over there. Looks like a regular wolf. Gobble gobble. Dunk! You're alive! I thought he died for some reason. Oh, Dunk, I'm so glad. Come on, Dunk. Let's go get them skeeters. A lot of horses around here, Dunk. We didn't boil. Could fix that, of course. No, let's leave these horses unboiled for now. Indeed, Dunk. Good point. Oh, you know something? I just remembered. Crafting table. I think I can craft wolf armor. Would you like that, Dunk? Iron wolf armor. And then it was 2 like that. Oh, this is all of my armor. This is all the iron I brought. Dunk, you better be grateful. Come here, Dunk. Come here. Yeah. Yeah! Oh, Dunk, you're so stylish. Where you going? Don't go that way. Look how much armor he's got. Good lord. Dunk, you're a beast. Quite literally. I wandered around the desert with both eyes peeled, trying to find anything that might be useful. I did see this lava pool and this rather strange looking structure here, and wondered if it might be a dungeon. It did have a strange pattern to it, but upon further inspection, it appears to be some kind of trap. Down the bottom were some parasites, as well as a lot of pressure plates. I elected not to go down there because it was too risky, and I didn't think the reward would be worth it. I feel like this is too dangerous with those parasites. I can see the pressure plates, but I feel like as soon as I get down there, the parasites are going to set it off. And they would destroy any loot we could get anyway, so... Oh well. Onwards we go. Not too long later, I did find another structure, but this one was entirely useless. It's just like a little watchtower or something, not a dungeon at all. But just before sunset, I did manage to find what I wanted. Here we have a regular old dungeon, tunneling down into the earth in a very dangerous way, but I'm sure we'll be fine, so long as we don't run into hordes of Parasite Endermen or something. We should be okay, we have lots of armor. Alright, Dunk, we're going down. You with your beautiful new armor, and me with my cowardice. Down in the dungeon, I found plenty of lava, and the horrifying sounds around me let me know that there were parasites here even before I could see them. Damn raptors. Arrows. Good. Oh, we can name Dunk. Keep an eye out for parasites, Dunk. Found the creeper spawner. Yeah, you got him, Dunk. That's my boy. One of the best things I found down there was this heart container. Now this had dropped from a spider, not a zombie, so I was able to consume this. But of course, since a spider isn't a parasite, I can no longer consume any more. I also found a beautiful diamond helmet, which had several enchants on it, most notably of which one that increases the amount of experience I earn. This is going to be excellent in leveling myself up. The next interesting thing I found was this random blaze rod, which had strange enchantments on it that I can't get naturally. I gave it a quick test run on a nearby spider who seemed to enjoy the experience, and after fighting off a few of his cousins, then opened up another chest and managed to find some additional diamonds. This had been very lucky because I'd forgotten to bring some with me and my sword was about to break. I decided the best use of these diamonds will be to make myself another cutlass. I cannot understate enough how useful that damage reduction is when dealing with the parasitic boys. Just as I was about to call my looting session there for today, I stumbled across something else which had dropped. Take that. A shulker! Hello? Oh, okay. Forward we go. Onwards and upwards. The purple shulker I found was very surprising. I didn't know you could get those down here, but it came massively in handy because I found myself with a very full inventory incredibly quickly. And this was fantastic because it allowed me to gain more resources from this dungeon than I otherwise would have. And with the constant stream of parasitic men funneling into my nostrils, I'm very glad to have made the most of this dungeon. In fact, thanks to the numerous parasites and other such creatures I found in this dark, dingy palace, I was also able to upgrade my strength twice. I wasn't paying much attention though, and apparently this used 20 levels of XP in just a couple of clicks. It seems like the XP requirement to level things up is an exponential distribution. This means that no matter how hard I try, eventually we're gonna be unable to increase our strength more. Similar to how after a certain point it doesn't matter how many Pokemon cards I show women at the club, my success rate does not increase. But that is okay, we can still upgrade our strength a few more levels before we migrate into leveling up other stats. I did find a few more things while I was down there. A few name tags which might come in handy. Many more parasites. I also managed to catch an arrow in my mouth. But unfortunately didn't find any of the magical jewelry I'd come here for. Come on, Dunk. Let's get out of here. It was a good haul, Dunk. We did well. A lot of levels, 2 strength levels, and many useful items. When I arose, I found it was now nighttime, and there were many parasites outside. Not sure whether they could smell me down in the dungeon or something. I haven't showered in a few days, so it's quite possible. But once they were taken care of, I was able to begin my march home. I'm not too scared of any of these assimilated parasites. They're not very much trouble anymore. The only real problems I run into is when there's either hundreds of them or parasite endermen. In fact, I keep a couple of pairs of underwear on standby just in case I do run into any endermen. On my way home, I stopped by this little thing. I wasn't entirely sure what it was at the time, but upon further inspection, it appears to be another one of those traps. This one didn't have parasites at the bottom though, so I thought I'd give it a go. Now, I've had enjoyable experiences with these in the past. But now we are much older and much wiser. We're certainly older, at least. And by now, I've seen more intelligent people do these things, and they always dig further down like this, and then get rid of the TNT itself. It can't explode if you've stolen all the TNT. There wasn't much in the chests, but there was these little parchment fragments. Apparently, they have something to do with my leveling up, and I can combine different materials together and create these pages. We'll do that later. Other than that, I also found this skill page, which can be added directly to my book, and unlocked a new skill for me. This is going to be quite important later. This skill we just unlocked is called Treasure of the Sands, and apparently gives me stuff while I dig sands. But upon further testing, level 1 has apparently just unlocked me the ability to sometimes get rotten meat and bones from sand. Hooray! Though I wanted to head home, I ended up going in the wrong direction, and by chance happened across an extremely large structure. It's some kind of desert temple that, in my opinion, looks like an ice cream factory. But before exploring the ice cream factory, I found a little house that had a red bed in it. So I decided to nab that and get rid of my plain vanilla one. As I approached the soft serve building, I was quickly darting my eyes left and right to make sure there were no Endermen nearby. But seeing as the coast was quite clear, I started climbing on up. I couldn't find the way in, so I just pillared up on some sand and then hopped in. And while I was climbing up, I heard our favorite sound. I'm getting a lot of moisture. Oh crap. Definitely Parasite Enderman somewhere near here. I don't know if it has seen me yet. Obviously, after hearing that, I was a little rattled, but as I climbed up the ice cream tower, I found that the Enderman sounds disappeared, but other Parasite sounds started appearing. A little later, I found a safe enough spot to take a sleep, and continued climbing my way to the top in the morning. Once I got there, though, I was thoroughly disappointed, as there was no treasure or loot to be found. Right. Well, this was pointless, I guess. Like a broken pencil. I found the source of the water, which was heading down the temple, but there was nothing else. No chests, no loot, just absolute boredom. Not wanting to have wasted my own time, though, I thought I'll grab these quartz blocks while I'm here. I thought maybe I'll be able to build something with these. I plugged the hole, stopping the flow of water, and then found that apparently the ice cream machine is hollow. So it's likely all the Parasite sounds I was hearing were coming from inside. I chiseled my way through and started exploring. I was starting to think maybe this place is something like an Egyptian tomb, and we'll find all the treasure deep within. Oh boy. Gonna dump. But inside, I only found horror. And then I found something that truly disturbed me. Oh my god, what? What is going on down here? There's a portal. This is a portal to the Parasite realm. Some of the Parasites arrive to us on the meteor, but other ones are able to break through in a crack in the dimensions. These portals have a very rare chance to spawn, but when they do, any and all Parasites can break through from the other side. Needless to say, if I find these portals, it's a very good idea I get rid of them. I continued my way down the cornetto, only stopping briefly because I managed to find the Parasite Enderman I'd been hearing. There he is. What's he doing? Stop that! We're gonna make our way to the bottom of this tower, and then we're gonna have a look inside that tunnel. I believe I also saw in there our first form of non-assimilated parasite. I mean a pure parasite, as the case may be. A primitive one, but still. As I reached closer to the bottom of the temple, our boy turned up, and I gave him a good tickling. What? Huh. Must have been one I fought before. Died in one hit. Can't say I'm unhappy. I'm definitely not. Ah! Primitive parasite. This is a pure parasite. Oh, an assist. What? What is going on? That is a primitive arachnida, apparently. I don't have a bow with me. I'm gonna have to go down and find him. I think we may have stumbled onto something here that is far deadlier than I'm giving it credit for. I think that portal we saw down there is spawning parasites. And real parasites as well, not the infected ones like we've been seeing. Oh god! That scared the tits out of me! Oh god! What the hell? Oh, there he is again. This one's called a bolster. But it's nearly dead. Why are you nearly dead? I don't understand. I was wondering if he saw me. Yes! Ah! not liking this at all. There are a lot of parasites in here. Let's get rid of them. A lot of creepers. Careful now. I think the portal's gone. I just realized. So there was a portal here earlier. A bunch of parasites spawned, and then it disappeared. Very odd indeed. Okay. Well, this has been miserable. I think I'm not going to come back here. Whatever the portal was, it seems to be gone. I think it's time we go home. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go home. Come on, Dunk. We're heading back to the bar. On my way home, just before the sunset, I came across another flaming hole in the ground. After a quick nap, I then started gathering up some obsidian. As the parasites get stronger, they're going to start breaking blocks. Obsidian, though, is exceedingly tough, and they will very much struggle to get through it. Dunk, be careful. There's lots of lava around. I don't want to be scraping you off the ground. Oh, he's chasing the skeleton. I can hear him eating it. You get him, Dunk! Yeah! Bite his bony ass. You can hear him eating the skeleton. Finally, by day 33, we had arrived home. Well, I keep saying home, but it's just a sandy dune with 2 staircases going to the top. It ain't much, but it's home, damn it. As soon as I got to the top of the dune, I got started on some new upgrades. I added many new bookcases to our enchanting table, and finally crafted some of those pestilent chunks I was talking about. I crafted myself some pestilent boots and a chestplate, completely replacing everything except for my delicious little diamond helmet I'd found. After that was done, I had to think about my offensive capabilities. We have a new diamond saber, but we're going to need some ranged equipment now. Those primitive parasites we came across in the ice cream factory were a warning for the things that'll soon be arriving to us. It's very possible we're going to get to the point where melee combat is unfeasible, too dangerous, and we'll have to rely on our ranged capabilities. Hopefully that'll be some distance away, but we need to start thinking about these things now. I crafted myself a parasite bow because I thought it would be a good option. This thing isn't too powerful, but it does have good durability, and it should serve us for a while until we can get something better. And now that I had crafted my equipment, I was able to see how many leather pieces I have left. And it turned out to be quite a lot. So I was able to fully upgrade my enchanting table and unlock level 30 enchants. Just before bedtime, I took one of the name tags I'd managed to scavenge and quickly threw it on Dunk, thereby naming him legally. It's Dunk! Alright, let's go to bed. We named Dunk. This was a good day. I didn't name him legally, though. I named him Dunk.
And don't call me Shirley.
Next, I set my mind to unlocking some new abilities. Apparently, these 3 combinations of items can form new ability pages. All I need to do is drop them together, and I should get something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goddamn. Why did I drop that bug? 1, 2, 3. And now we gotta wait. I'm waiting. Come on, game. Alright. Didn't work. Let's try this. Drop him in a hole. How long do I have to wait? Oh my god, this whole time I've been doing it wrong. I completely omitted the crafting table from this. That's what I've been doing wrong. Burp, 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 burp. There we go. Yes! Now we've got the goo. Exciting! What is this? Page with ability. Let's use it. New skill, crafter unlocked. What does that mean? Crafter! What? Wait. Are you telling me I can now craft from my inventory? Oh, this is like solo leveling. I've got a system or whatever it's called. What does he call it? Yeah, the system. Wait, so if I wanted some sticks. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, okay. What are these other abilities then? Another ability! Blacksmith unlocked. Right. Oh, that's so cool. I have an anvil. I now have a system. I have Sung Jin Woo's system. I can now do stuff from my inventory without needing additional stuff. Bedtime. Yes, hello, Dunk. Okay, that's terrible news. Let's get back to the pyramid and do some training, shall we? Oh, hello there, Dennis. Hello again, Dennis. Hasn't been long. Oh. Why, they are everywhere, aren't they? The increased prevalence of Dennis the Parasite had me on edge, so I made double sure to check for Parasite Enderman before barring myself inside the little training hole. I wanted to be down there from whatever level I was currently up all the way to level 33. That would allow us to enchant two things, namely my booties and my chess piece. The farm was working pretty damn well, if I'm being honest. It only took me about a single day, and I had enough experience to be able to head home and do my enchanting. 33. Okay, we're out of here. As I tried to leave, though, our friend the Enderman had different ideas. What is going on? How many Endermen are there? The goddamn head! Enough with the Enderman. There's a cow down there too. God, get out of here. There it is. Ah! Ah, man, I'm freaking out. I'm still alive. Stop! Ah! I hate them so much. The heads, man, the heads. Oh, okay, let's get out of here. Hello, Dennis. Hanging out on the island there, I see. Good for you. Ah. And then there's Aquatic Dennis. Oh, it's the red men. Save me, red men. Yeah, I know, you want the margaritas. Oh, Dunk, hello. Now this time when heading home, I decided to come at my sand dune on a bit of an angle. The reason for this was I had noticed all of the Parasite Endermen tend to spawn on the north side for some reason, and I've barely ever been attacked from the east, west, or south. And let me tell you right now, it was a damn good thing I decided to start doing this, as unbeknownst to me at the time, to the north laid a creature that was the most dangerous thing I had yet faced. Okay, first things first, let's do our enchanting. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Protection 3 on the trousers, Protection 3 on the chest plate. Annoyingly, I don't have 30 levels anymore, so we'll have to choose Unbreaking 3. Oh, and Protection 3. Alright, Protection 3 is the name of the game, it seems. What the hell are those? The heck is that thing? Oh, I didn't like the look of that thing. There's loads of them. We're gonna have to kill it. It's too dangerous for me to leave it alive. Maybe with our new armor we'll be okay. The other thing I'm thinking is if we kill it now, we could potentially have the drop on it, as opposed to it dropping on us whenever it feels like it. Okay, what we're going to do... I know he's over there. Okay. This thing is so much health. Oh, I didn't even eat my apple. Where is he? I don't even know what the hell it is. Feral Enderman. This is the worst. Got it! Oh god. Oh, that was miserable. Oh, I was so certain I was gonna die. Oof. Those ones are weak. The Endermen, my god, they're horrible. Oh god. I'm sick of these Endermen. I need a house. I need somewhere to go inside. I'm sick of the sand dune. I've had enough. I did a dunk. I beat him. And so it was, on the evening of day 38, I finally decided to stop being homeless. I started at first by simply patching up some of the holes that were left around, mainly by creepers and other such cretins. I decided what I was going to build would be a two-stage project. Firstly, we're going to have a little shelter to run in if we see any Endermen. My inspiration for a shelter comes from the memory of when those two Parasite Endermen attacked me outside of my training farm. This was also what inspired me to build that little immediate safety bunker when dealing with that weird tentacle guy down the bottom just now. I didn't want to take too long, and I knew it had to be very small. If it's too big, the Enderman will just teleport inside. Basically, what I'm going to do is just ensconce this little shanty town I've built up here. It's not going to be much bigger than that. This is going to be the bunker, and then we'll build an actual house nearby. Within a day, I was done. I now had a panic room by which to run in if I happened to see any flailing armed men, or scythe parasites, or solicitors, or whatever. It was a good time too, because a new Enderman had just popped up to the north. I don't know what it is, they always appear to the north. With my panic room done, I then started thinking about what else I was going to build. I knew I wanted it to be tall because I wanted a good vantage of all the Parasite Endermen that were going to be around me. But as the cogs were turning in my brain, I then heard a sound which had me very much on edge. What was that? Now to you that might sound like a regular old lightning bolt, but considering it's the middle of the day and we're in the desert, it's very unlikely that that's the case. Instead of normal old thunder, that sound is most likely to have been the evolving of a parasite. And this is the guy in question. It's a parasite that looks similar to a tree, but entirely evil. As this parasite evolves, it gains the ability to evolve other parasites nearby. And when it does so, this process is accompanied by a lightning bolt. If this is indeed the case and there's a beacon nearby, I am screwed. But let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that it's not that, and that we get to live, and we're just gonna squash our anxieties down and never talk about them. In my opinion, that's gotta be the healthiest thing we can do right now. Basically, what I'm doing now is just chiseling away at this hill so that I can see down it. I would like to know if there's any Enderman nearby, and if I'm about to get ragged. I think I managed to do this on the one day where there's no Parasite Enderman down there. It's been quite lucky. I was a little worried about that. While I was building, I kept on getting jump scared by Enderman sounds. Not again. No, no, no. I wasn't sure where that guy was, so I decided what I would do is continue my building with Dunk. That way he can help out if this guy decides to show himself. Dunk, come with me. We're gonna fight this Enderman if he decides to grow a pair and show up. Where is he? Yeah. Get him, Dunk. Get him! Dunk! No! Oh, Dunk, my boy! I killed him, what? What do you mean I killed him? I would never kill my boy. Wait. That worm dropped a heart after I just lost Dunk and my heart was broken. Oh no. Oh, I'm sad because I lost Dunk, but I'm happy because I got a heart from a parasite. Thank God. Okay, we desperately need the health. Oh, Dunk, I'm gonna miss you, boy. You know what I'm gonna do? First thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to that forest and I'm trying to find another Dunk. I've got lots of bones, and I know there's wolves over there. Alright, we're taking the bones. We'll go in and find another Dunk. There's a Creepington. Why? There's so many of them. See what I mean about there being many of them? I'm eating. He's back. Oh, I hate those things. Enough! Enough with the parasite men! Why didn't I just go inside? I should have just gone inside. Although I wanted to very quickly get down and find myself a new dunk, I was quite aware that if I head north, which is where I'm going, I might run into Parasite Enderman. And if I need to get home quickly, I am going to struggle. So I thought what I'll do is before I go, I'll place a new railway on the northern side. That way, if we very quickly need to get home, we'll be able. Hopefully this should be sufficient. Needed a few more guardrails. All in the name of the progress of the railway. How's that? Yes. Yes! The railway! We may build yet more, but for now, let's go get our dog and then get home. We have to pray we don't run into any more of those feral things as well. If I run into one of those in the wilderness, I'm screwed. Oh, it's almost nighttime, of course it is. I wasted the day building the railway. Ah, there's a dog. My boy, get over here. Good lad. Okay. It's the new dunk. Welcome, dunk. Actually, let's get some spares. Since there's a bunch here. In all honesty, some of them might be infected and I wouldn't know, but it's fine. Let's get home. Come on, dunks. Got 3 of them. Let's go. Come on, dunks. We're getting home. Before the parasites begin spawning. Which will be very soon. Get him, dunks. Get him! Yeah! What? Where's my card? What? There's a portal over there! Bunch of parasites. What the hell are these things? What the hell was that thing that ran off? Ninja star? I need to get to bed. I've been up too late. Been out too long. See? This is what I'm talking about. Right, bedtime. Come on. Oof. I don't want to be up this late. As I had been out late on the night of day 41, I had to spend the entirety of the morning of day 42 dealing with my poor decisions. Though I suppose dealing with these parasites serves as a good explanation as to why I have to get into bed early every night. If I spend even 5 minutes out during the middle of the night, I'll be swarmed by parasites in the morning. After I was done with pest control, I then set to work adjusting the railway to the west. I need this thing to be faster. If we start seeing adapted level parasites, I want a quick way to be able to get up my dune. I don't want to be spending 15 minutes on the slowest lazy river ever. Careful, dunk. Dunks. Okay, that's not at all. We're worrying about semantics. Why am I worried about this? I need a house. Can't just live on this sand dune. I have a little shelter, a little shanty, but I need something better. What is this as well? Singularity, I can make a parasite world portable. Well, that sounds like something I'm definitely never going to make. Why would I do that? Go on, dunks, get inside. Alright, everyone sit down. Get in here. Get in here, dunk. Get in here. Yeah. Name tags. Name tags. What did I do with those name tags? There's they are. There's they are. Them's words. I don't have enough name tags for all of you. So here we go. Where are you? There you are. Dunk the second. Welcome. How do you have 11 health? And Dunk the first only had 10. Something like that. Although I was happy to have my boys return to me, I was suddenly racked with a feeling of complete fear. Any or all of these dogs could be infected with parasites, and I would have no idea. In a matter of complete chance, I was trying to feed the dogs some steak and accidentally made them breed. But this gave me an idea. It's quite possible this new puppy, having just been spawned, is completely uninfected. Now, I also had to know whether or not the adults were infected, so I decided to give one a quick stab and sadly confirmed that yes, they are. In my infinite wisdom, testing that dog had given me the parasite disease, which means the new puppy is likely infected now as well. I had contracted it when testing the dogs. But that's not to say that we can't get an uninfected puppy out of these guys. My plan was lure them outside and keep the possibly infected dogs outdoors. And then we'll use the 2 remaining adults to breed a new puppy, which we will keep inside and safe from harm's way. There we go. And we get those 2 to sit. And we'll bring the baby inside. Come in here. There he is. Just sit there. Okay, this one shouldn't be infected, I think. Sorry, Dunk 2. I'm gonna borrow that wolf armor. We have to wait until this little guy grows up. But this is actually gonna be Dunk. Welcome, Dunk the Third. You're my pride and joy. I'm gonna keep you safe. I don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna have to stab this. See if he's infected. Okay, he's not infected. Get inside. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little pup. Come on. Come inside. Quick, quick, quick. Get in here. Get in. No! What happened? He wasn't infected, and then he was. Okay, Dunk the Third. It's just you and me. We can't trust those 2 out there. Look at them. They're scheming. I'm fairly certain both of those are infected. You know, I was under the impression that assimilated mobs shook off their disguise when we get to Parasite Phase 3. Where are you? The Endermen are the worst. When they just kiss you and then leave. I then began building a tall tower. I figured I would build some kind of observatory or something to that nature. If we can get off the ground, it probably means we can avoid some Endermen. And any other ground-based parasites. Obviously, I knew I would have to go down whenever I want to get supplies and things like that. But at the time, I just wanted to survive a few extra days. And I thought this is a good way of ensuring that. Okay, we have a pretty good vantage from up here. We can see what's going on. And I think it will help us with avoiding Enderman and such. Obviously, getting down from a position like this is a little tricky. I had to use water at the time, but I had ideas on how to resolve this problem. The following day, I went out in search of resources. I needed more blocks by which to build my observatory. I tried growing my own tree using bone meal, but after cutting it down, found that I only received 2 oak wood from it. This was obviously insufficient. I needed far more blocks than that. I did find a spruce forest that was quite close by, and I'm definitely a spruce enjoyer, so I started chopping it down. I got a bit annoyed though, chopping trees so inefficiently, so I headed back to the training area to gain some XP and do some more enchanting. Basically all I wanted was to get back to level 30 and enchant my axe. I was in there for quite a while. For some reason this thing wasn't working as efficiently as it used to. I do have a sneaking suspicion that there may be parasites under the earth, but I can't confirm that, nor can I hear any, so it's just a conspiracy at this point. But there is definitely something slowing down this farm. I tried to do some things to increase its efficiency. I remembered the spawner was directly above me, so I put some ladders down in the hope that climbing a little closer would cause more zombies to spawn. I do believe my strategy worked. But then again, I also once believed that if I captured a large anaconda and kept it in my house, it would love me and not strangle me to death. And that went incredibly well. Anyway, on day 47, I'd gained enough XP and was able to go home and do my enchanting. Naturally, once I returned home, I realized I've now got an infestation of parasites nearby and had to deal with them first. Once I was home, since I'd gotten a few extra levels before coming back, I decided I would do a couple of extra enchantments, enchanting an extra diamond helmet and also a new pickaxe. Next, I slapped together an extra diamond saber and managed to get a fantastic enchantment, Sharpness. This is going to help us very much with dealing with all the Endermen who keep on leaving cum in my mail. Incredibly annoyingly though, I combined our newly enchanted pickaxe with my current one, and this left me fantastically edged, as I now didn't have enough XP to be able to combine my helmets. So it was back to the massacre farm for another goon session. Oh geez, I really shouldn't have said that while my character was bobbing up and down the ladder. That doesn't look good. Once I had the right level, I combined my helmet and then got started on a new quest. I needed to head away from home for a few days. There were some preparations I had to do. Namely, I wanted to find another dungeon and have another attempt at finding those enchanted jewelry. But just as I had almost finished crossing the sea, I found something underwater. Annoyingly though, the sun was just about to set, so I thought I'll make landfall, cuddle my teddy bear, and then go back in the morning. It turned out what it was is a meteorite. A large circular comet that had fallen from the sky. Of course, naturally, my first thought was that it would be filled with parasites, but it turned out it wasn't. And instead, there were just a few valuables in there. Oh, and creepers. Many, many creepers. I got some diamonds though, and some of the blocks that the meteorite were made from. Apparently it's called abyssal stone. And it's quite cool, so I thought I might take it with me, see if I can build with it. A little further inland, I managed to find another lava pool. These aren't too rare in the desert, of course, but I've had the idea that I might be able to use these to defend my home. How exactly? At that point, I wasn't sure. But parasites are deadly allergic to fire. Unlike most living creatures, I suppose. But the point is, the lava buckets will probably come in handy later. I stumbled into another dungeon, similar to the one we'd found before, in my quest for these magic jewelry pieces. And once I was down there, of course, I heard the encouraging symphony of my youth. You know, fun fact for you guys, I make those same sounds if I go 15 minutes without a cup of tea. Within the dungeon, I found plenty of creatures by which to increase my XP bar. But at one point, for some reason, the parasites managed to give me some kind of virus, which caused me to drastically lose health quickly. And in my panic, I ate my last golden apple. Hopefully, that won't cost me later. Right, I think we're almost done here. Let's give it one last sweep. Another primitive parasite. I swear it's not just me, but I'm starting to see those more frequently. That probably means we're almost in phase 4. Let's kill this guy and get out of here. Yep, that'll do the job. Okay, so we didn't get any jewelry in this dungeon, but we did get some XP. We're back to level 25 now, which was good. Enchanting my helmet meant I was back down to level 0. Yep, I hear you, parasites. Don't worry, I'm coming for you. What the hell is that? Primitive vermin. Ugh. That's it, you go into the grave. Oh god, it flies. Okay. I'm gonna run. No, no, no. God! Ah, God! Ah! I hate this! Go away! Yeah, this thing needs to be killed immediately. Nope. Ah! Okay. Okay, where's the other flying one? There it is. Okay. Yes! That was an experience. The hell is that thing flying in the sky? I've never seen one of those before. Yes, Dennis. Dennis's. Time for you two to go as well. This has been a horrible day. And I hope I never see one of those again. Once I had gathered myself, I continued my trek through the desert, and then apparently found out that I'd angered God. Again. Huh? Huh? What? Okay. I appear to have erred the wrath of Barako the Sun Chief, if this health bar is to be believed. Once I'd escaped to a good distance, I had a quick look at my options. I could either flee, or I could charge head-on into the village of the tribal red people and fight their god. Now obviously I knew which one of those sounded more fun, plus those tribes people might have resources I want, so I decided to invade them. In a surprising show of intelligence, once the rest of the red men had been dealt with, the leader tried to flee. And he dropped a mask, which gave me strength bonus. This is actually a useful buff, so I decided I would hang on to that mask for later. Now that the tribes people had been dealt with, all I had to do was run in and take care of Barako here. Hello, Squire! Come on! Ah, you can summon more people. Trying to keep avoiding these. I've almost got him. Ow! They're so hard to hit in the long grass. Damn manlets! Okay, he completely destroyed my shield. Oh boy. This is tough. Stop summoning your minions! Fight me like a man! Barely see a thing! Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, climb the tree apparently. Ow, 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 ow. I got him. As I'm roasting to death. Oh no, he's still alive. Just. Let this be our final strike. Ow. Got him. Oh, all right. He dropped a mask. Interesting. I'd love these. I kind of want the strength mask. Right, let's get to bed. I'll sleep in the usurped throne. Now, it turned out each of those little red men drops a different type of mask, and each of them give different buffs. Particularly of note was this mask, which gave the resistance buff. That's a flat 20% decrease in damage, so that certainly caught my eye. Other than that, I stole Barako's gold and started heading home. Oh. That guy came out of nowhere. Fighting Barako had gotten me a little disoriented, and I was a ways away from home. Luckily for me though, I stumbled across a village. And an interesting thing about the villages in this world is that they all have waystones, which is this thing here, and it allows you to teleport with it. Once you've found one of these, you can then name it and teleport to it whenever you want from any other waystone. Actually, no, let's give it a good English name, like, Gerber... Ireshire. Gerbertershire. Yeah, that's what it is. As I soon discovered, Gerbertershire is also right next to another red village, which had its own sun god inside of it. Oh. Careful. Oh, there is another one of those. I decided to wander off and not get caught in the sunbeams. In so doing, stumbled into another village, which was right next door. This village, too, had its own teleporty thingy, and although I thought about naming this place as well... Right, here we're gonna call this place... Jingletonberg. Yes, Jingletonberg. I then had a much better idea. I decided I would simply steal one of the teleporty thingies. They don't need it, and I do. After that, I started heading home. I knew the rough coordinates of where I was, and the rough coordinates of where home was. All I needed to do was head in the correct direction, and eventually we should start recognizing our surroundings. Back in the desert. My old stomping ground. I traveled many thousands of blocks from home, and so it took me a few days to get back. I did manage to make some friends on the way, though. He's back again. It's the same guy. Oh, God. He scared the crap out of me. He's getting dunked for fighting now. On day 53, I recognized my surroundings as I had stumbled across that thing I'd found earlier. There weren't any parasites at the bottom this time though, so I thought I'd check it out. And ended up being thoroughly disappointed. Nothing. And nothing. Wow. I'm really glad to have come down here. After that, I finally arrived home, and was of course welcomed by our good friend the ball fondler. Okay, hopefully that's the only one. But we got home, we went to bed, and in the morning placed our teleporty thingy. Now we can head back to the village whenever we'd like. All that was left to do was to name my home. Snurtmantown. Here we are. Snurtmantown. That's where I live. And I won't have anyone saying any negative words about it. Alright. So now we should be able to go between these two. Yeah. Snurtmantown and Gerbertershire. On day 54, something extremely frightening happened. I screwed up the recording. Yeah, it was good. Luckily, I did manage to notice by day 55. So, I've just done something awesome. I just now realized that I've lost the last day or so of footage. But it's okay, I didn't do that much. I just fought some red men in the forest. I got these two masks. And then I also got some rose red die, which we're going to turn into a teleporty majig. Let's do that now. And then we're going to teleport to the top of him. Because climbing up there every day is just going to be suicide. I'll be killed by a parasite or something. Or my own incompetence, I suppose. The crystal of greatness? Yes. And then I think it's just this, and then these. Oh, I'm not a doctor. I climbed up to the top of my safety tower, gathered up the water so I can stop moisturizing the ground below, and then started making it a little taller. I had a worry that if it was any lower, Parasite Enderman would be able to teleport up to me. And I cannot stress enough how much I am sick of Parasite Enderman at this point. Once we'd made the tower tall enough, I then started building outward. This structure was going to sort of formulate itself. I didn't have a defined idea, but I knew I wanted something with glass and I wanted something modern. Sort of like a laboratory. Now some might say I am a terrible, terrible builder, but other fictional people would say that I have a sleek and avant-garde philosophy when it comes to building. I like to describe myself as a dynamic builder, in that I start putting blocks down, and without any clear direction in mind, I then end up with something built. Anyway, putting my delusions aside, we need sand. This new building I'm making needs to be functional. And by functional, I mean it needs to be able to see all the parasites that are below me and how much danger I'm in. In order to accomplish this, we need glass. And to make glass, you need sand. And to treat the gnawing feeling that you've disappointed your parents and your life is going nowhere, you need alcohol. Once we had our sand cooking, it was just a matter of then teleporting back to the top of the tower. Oh, I forgot! I climbed down before and I forgot to put the thing at the top. That's extremely annoying. Oh. Why have I done that? God damn it. Why am I so stupid? And so another pillar into the sky had to be made. What's there? Oh, the tedium. The tedium of living with one's mistakes. Top of the tower. Anyway, I spent the rest of day 57 building. The reason I used glass here is although it's very fragile, it will give us a good viewpoint. I'm going to need 360-degree vision in order to know exactly what parasites are around me so I can prepare accordingly. Some of the parasites will be able to fly, but if this place is enclosed, they shouldn't be able to see me through the glass. I know that sounds stupid, but don't worry about it, okay? I will say though, it's a damn miracle I didn't fall off this thing while I was building it. But no, I didn't fall at all. In fact, I'm as sure-footed as a giraffe on roller skates. Yeah, how are we doing for Enderman? Are there millions of them? Are there any of them? A whole day without any parasite Enderman, how about that? I was still being very careful though to make sure I slept as soon as the sun started setting. Although I'm now a lot safer at the top of the tower, remember we've got Dunk 3 and Dunk 2 at the bottom, and if parasites spawn, they might get infected, and we'll lose them. So in order to protect our boys, we need to make sure we have a good sleep schedule. While I was building, I was still getting the odd little Enderman sound. You're kidding me. But although I was hearing the sounds, I wasn't seeing any of them. So it seems like they either can't see me up here, or they can't teleport to me. Either way, the new engorged tower was working. I did pop down from my tower every so often in order to take care of the parasites on the ground. The last thing we wanted is for them to gather in number. But in hindsight, this may have been a mistake. After all, while at the top they can't get to me, so coming down really only gives them a bit of excitement. There we go. Ah, there's a crawler. I hate the crawling ones. Where are you? Get him, boys. How many? I mean... How many are there? No! Oh, sorry, Dunk 2. Eat, boy. Good lord. How many did I just kill? Like 5? I'm going to bed. I'm tired. What the hell happened last night? There's still another guy. All of that, and there was still one left. Good lord. I've had it. Enough with the parasite men. How are you doing, Dunk 2? You were very helpful last night. Not like your friend, the unnamed Dunk, who turned into a wolf and tried to eat me. I mean, turned into a parasite wolf, I mean. There's still more of them. Why is my life the way it is? Did I kill it? No, it's down there. How you doing, Dunk? Oh, you're not doing well. Eat up, Dunk. Ouch. Hey, Dunk. Dunk's good. Dunk is definitely infected by now. And sadly, after all of that, I didn't even get a single heart from the parasites. It's very hard to increase my health, but when it happens, it's great. Now that I defeated every Enderman in the world, or so I hope, I swear to God I just killed like 50 of them, I then continued my building, all the way through to day 60, whereby I'd finally managed to finish the first layer of our build. Okay, so let's do a quick review of where we are right now. We've managed to establish ourselves in a fairly secure location. We have some parasite armor to our name, and where we don't have parasite armor, we have diamonds. We are running a little low on supplies, but not too badly. And we currently have Dunk 2 and Dunk 3 alive and well at our base. We are currently at phase 3 of the parasite infection. That's not too bad. I've been doing quite well, pushing that evolution back, but soon we will probably be entering phase 4. That's when things are gonna start to get crazy. So, where do we go from here? Well, firstly, we're gonna have to go mining again because we need to replenish those supplies we're running out of, namely iron, diamonds, and coal. We need the fuel. Finding some additional food is definitely going to be good. And the last thing I desperately wanted was more of those enchanted masks from those red guys. I needed more of those grey resistance masks to see if I can get an unbreaking enchantment and leave it permanently affixed to my face. That mask, in combination with some seriously good enchanted armor, may just mean we can survive adapted parasites. If we can do that, we'll make it to day 100. So, first things first, I headed back to Gibraltar in order to fight another one of those red guys. This time I danced around a bit for Baracco, avoiding his sunbeams and allowing him to summon as many creatures as possible. The more red people there are, the higher the chance we get good masks. After a while though, it got a bit dark and hard to see, so I decided, alright, it's time we end this nonsense. Got him! Stabbed him in his ass! Oh, we got so many masks. On day 61, I chose a spot right next to Gibraltar in order to start mining again. I didn't want to make another mine near home because the chances of a hive appearing are too high. Hives are basically just when spawning parasites, such as beacons and dispatchers, will appear in number. If one of these two parasites spawns underground and I don't find it and destroy it as quickly as it does, then that will almost certainly lead to the construction of a hive, which will lead to the death of the world. So we're going to avoid that by simply mining far away from home. If a hive spawns here, we'll just run away and let the villagers... Well, don't worry about the villagers, okay? I actually had quite a good mining session for once. The efficient pickaxe, plus all the leveling we've been doing, means I can mine incredibly quickly, and was able to excavate an area and find all the resources we wanted. I actually left all the diamonds behind though, as I wanted to get a pickaxe with fortune on it before I mined them. It was a good mining session indeed, but by far the best thing we found was another heart crystal shard. Oh my god, we found a heart crystal shard. Where did we get that? I don't know when we got that. That means we can increase our health. Yes!
Everything's coming up Millhouse!
Once I had extracted my greasy and giddy self from the mine, I quickly headed home and managed to find a Protection 2 enchant to put on my mask. With this, we now have Protection 2 and the Resistance buff. Resistance decreases all damage by 20%. This is highly engorging news, because it means I am now much more tanky. Oh yes, and our heart crystal shards. Now we have 9. I wonder where I got that from. Because the ores don't glow, so I guess I just found it in the mine. Beautiful. And we can use this one. Yes, 15 health. Beautiful. 20% damage reduction, 15 health. Now we're cooking, people. And the final upgrade I made for that day was to increase my attack speed. This is one of the abilities that we can increase with XP, and I just completely forgotten about it up until now. And we managed to get to level 10 in attack speed, which is much higher than we managed to get to in strength, which was only level 6. The additional attack speed did help out while I was farming, but the true benefit is going to come much later, when we get a stronger weapon. I stayed in the farm for the rest of the day. I needed level 30 for that pickaxe we've always wanted. But it only took to the morning of day 63 for me to be done. Right, we're going home. We're making ourselves a beautiful new pickaxe that will hopefully have fortune on it. There's the home. It's actually looking kind of cool. Oh god, there's another one of those portals. Let's take it down. Oh boy! Let's get rid of this thing. Oh. This is my old friend. The Parasite man. This guy's struggling to get me because of the cactus. Dude, I'm gonna plant some of these cactuses up there. That animal was really struggling to get me. Got him. Yeah, give me cactuses. I'm planting you upstairs. They might not work against bigger parasites, but they will deter, it looks like, parasite animal. What the hell is that sound? What the hell was that sound? That sounded like an eldritch abomination or something. Fortune 3, come on. Fortune 2. I'm breaking 3, efficiency 3, fortune 2. Now that my pickaxe was done, I headed back to the mine in order to gather our diamonds. Diamonds! 3. Ooh. Hello! Oh, well. We've done very well there. 9 diamonds from a single vein. Thank you, Fortune. With the diamonds collected, I then set my sights on all the coal I'd left behind. We have plenty of smelting to do, and we need the fuel. I also, by complete chance, had managed to find where we snagged that heart shard from. It was the ceiling. Ah! Hello. Next on the agenda was to do some more dungeon delving. I still wanted those magical jewelry pieces I keep hammering into your eardrums about, and I've heard that there are additional enchanted mythical items you can get from dungeons too. Ah, it's my boys! The Margarita Men. It's just me, or they're not fighting back? I think it's because I'm wearing one of their masks. Only problem was, to the south was just an ocean, and before I could make a boat to cross it, I was attacked by our boy, the Jelly Man. Whoa! Did I just hit that one out of the sky? Oh, I'm a beast! Oh, I nearly died. But I didn't. We lived. This nearly died, though. Jeez. It's always multiple endermen. Never just one at a time, game. Can you be nice to me? I crossed the ocean and talked to some strange red men we've never seen before. I wonder if the guy will attack me since I'm wearing a mask. Yeah, the margaritas, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I can trade with them. I can buy a blowgun for gold. I didn't know this was a thing. This is cool. Maybe I can live with you guys, huh? It turns out I was even able to trade with Big Baracco, the boy with the bouncing belly. Although he had a ludicrous sense of economy, 7 golden blocks for 1 hour of cheesiness. It's terrible, terrible trade. Continuing south, we eventually made a visitation to another village. Oh, hello. A windmill. We weren't really looking for a village, we're looking for a dungeon, but at the same time, the more villages we know of, the better. It also gives us a small chance of running into some librarians, the men who sell enchanted books. And also it gives us a chance to replenish on our food. I found the teleporty majig atop the hill and named this place the Cleric City. Reason being, there was an overabundance of clerics here who buy rotten meat, and I had the thought at the time, maybe I can trade the zombie flesh I keep getting from my farm. Continuing yet further south, I came across another village, this one a sandy affair, and there was also a pyramid nearby. This felt a lot like home, and also came with the threat of death. Ooh. That's close. Since this village was so close to the other one, I quickly nicked the teleporty thingy in order to use it later. By complete coincidence though, it turns out there was a dungeon in this village. Or rather, right next to it. So after a quick snack, I put the teleporty thingy down and named the teleport point the Dungeon. Dungeoni. Yep, that's what they call it. Inside the dungeon was of course my dehydrated grandma again. Oh. Right. We're in a new tunnel. Lots of parasites around, I can hear. Let's hope they're not ones that will instantly kill me. No dunk with me this time, so I'll have to brave it alone. Continuing into the dungeon, I noticed two things. First of all, the increased attack speed is very nice indeed. And the second thing that I noticed was the durability on the masks was terrible. What? Oh, my mask's broke. Only a few skeleton arrows and it was already broken. In fact, in addition to breaking my mask, this guy was being very annoying, so I had to stab him in his bony mouth. I mean, look at me! I've only been in the dungeon for 5 minutes and already I look like a hedgehog. But it was all worthwhile. I got many rewards, including diamond blocks, which to be honest does undermine the fact that I went mining a little earlier. Get it? Undermine? After more murdering, I had a few experience points to spare, and decided to spend. I gave myself another strength level. It used up a considerable amount of experience, but we get a little boost to our damage. Always nice. Later in the dungeon, I found myself at odds with a piece of furniture. Once he'd been sent back to the boneyard, I finally managed to obtain one of our jewelry pieces. And this is actually quite a good one. Increases my movement speed when I've taken damage. Excellent for running away from people who decide to clobber you from behind. I do wish I had one of these last time I was in South London. But even more engorging than our new bling was our first piece of mythic equipment. What the hell is this? Dwarven Forged Energized Bow of the Deadeye. What? This bow has the Power 10 enchantment. That enchantment is not obtainable normally. It also gives me a minor speed boost and increases damage the further the target is from me. This would be great if I was a good marksman. I struggle to hit things that are 3 feet in front of me. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll get some use out of it. That about rounds up my news from the dungeon though. We got one more artifact. It was this cobalt shield. It gives me immunity to knockback and can be used as a shield that doesn't break. Quite nice, but nothing special. Oh wait, no, I forgot. There was one more thing I found in the dungeon. I found some new shoes. These diamond boots are actually of mythic quality. You can tell by the enchants that you can't normally get. I think that they make me immune to fall damage, but considering I'm on hardcore mode, I don't want to jump from the sky to test it. After all of that, I could not find my way out for the life of me, so just decided to dig my way out. And emerged into the sunlight on day 68. Now, I would love to tell you that once I got out of there, my troubles were over. Sadly, no. The village was much worse off when I emerged. There was gore and cysts right nearby, and then I was under attack. Oh crap, there's 2 of them. I lit one of them on fire. Go, go, go. Oh, the speed! Yes! Oh, yes. What a reward. Give me that. Yes, 16 health. Oh, boy. Yeah, those guys were really waiting to bloody gank me as soon as I came out of the cave, huh? Grab my delicious lava. That was a good play by me. I did well putting that down. I think I got one of the Endermen with that. Hello, Dennis. Alright. In order to slow the rate of infection in the village, I decided to do a little bit of cleanup and started removing some of the cysts. Ah! It's an invisible parasite. Oh, I dropped a thing. I need this. Mandicator orb. We need that for parasite armor. Okay, we need to get out of here. This place is horrible. Cysts everywhere. Should get rid of these. Now, the item that parasite dropped is called a Mandicator Orb, and it can be used to create the most powerful weapons in the entire world. The living parasite weapons. And these weapons are only the beginning. Once crafted, these things get stronger as well. Hence why they're called living weapons. In order to craft the weapon that I want to make, we needed 1 Mandicator Orb and several dozen adapted armor plates. That's going to be the tricky bit. Other than that, we'll be fine. Oh, and we need some fangs as well. The point is, we needed the orb. On day 69, I'd planted those cactuses around. It was great, it really helped out with the Enderman. It's not so much that it does lots of damage, but just that they really struggle to get to me when I'm encased by a forest of spines. I then headed back to the pyramid, as I'd made another one of those teleporty majigs. Naturally, of course, I was grieved by Slinky Malinky and the crew, once again, but thanks to our various upgrades, we didn't have any trouble. I love them. I love them so much. I did some more stabbing while I was in the farm, waste not, want not, and all that. And I made sure to place down the teleporter this time. And I named this place, of course, Defam, because we do all defamming here. Now, just to show you how terrible things are getting, I had a lovely view from my window the next morning. Dozens of raptors infecting everything they can see. Good news, though, I enchanted my mask, managed to get Unbreaking 4, so hopefully this one won't break so quickly. And we also got Protection 4 as well. So this is a very tanky mask indeed. I then did my daily workout routine of fighting off 18 million Endermen. But as if the universe was feeling sorry for me, I got a reward for all of my pain. Whew. Yes! Another heart from a parasite. Brilliant. Yes. Ah, yes, baby. We're now boasting an arousing 17 health. This is going to come massively in handy for the coming phases. Alright, Dunk. How are we doing? Are we doing, real Dunk? Oh, I'll never let them touch you, real Dunk. Because my saber was nearly broken from all of the Enderman viscera it keeps on being exposed to, I decided the last thing we're going to enchant is that. At least for now. And so we're back at the fam once again, waiting for level 30. But for as much fun as I was having gaining XP continuously, I was suddenly reminded perhaps I should be taking this a little more seriously. Phase 4 is a big one. Primitive parasites and thralls can now spawn naturally outside in the world. No longer will assimilated creatures be the main threat. Instead now, we're going to be working with things that can kill us in a single hit. But I think so long as I keep my head screwed on and don't do anything too stupid, we'll be fine. Once I was done at the farm, I got back and enchanted my saber. The enchantments were... fine. Nothing great, nothing terrible. But the next thing I decided we desperately need is a lid on the top of our tower. Now, the parasites aren't telepathic. They don't know where you are at all times. They have to be able to see you first. So we should be relatively safe, so long as we have some kind of protective barrier. Funnily enough, I do believe that glass actually works as a protective barrier. They can't see you if you're standing behind glass. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm not complaining. At the start of day 72, I continued the process, and we managed to finish the first floor. It did take quite a while, but now I was out of sand and needed to go and get some more. While I was looking around for blocks, I also happened across my shulker, which I haven't used since I got it, and found that I had actually gotten a mythical item on the first dungeon I went to. It was this little wand thing. Apparently it does damage and lights things on fire, so I was thinking it might be useful against parasites. Especially now that we're in phase 4, and we're going to start seeing a lot more primitive and adapted level parasites. By day 73, I'd all ran out of glass again to build with, so I needed to get more. And of course, we have young Cheekington at the top here. I managed to hit him with my bow after a few tries, but he decided to just warp out of existence. Endermen do tend to do this. I assumed he would attack me afterwards, but nope, he was just gone. While I was out checking the perimeter for any adapted parasites, beacons or things, I came across something that was a little interesting, and also a little annoying. Oh my god, there's been a village right here the whole time! I had no idea. Oh. I've never gone east. This mysterious village. The mysterious leaf village. That's what we're calling this place. The mysterious sandy leaf village to the east. Are there any Liberians here? Ooh, that guy could be a Liberian. If he's a Liberian, we might be able to get mending. He is a Liberian. Curse of vanishing. That is awful, my friend. That is truly terrible. Oh, another guy. Another chance at a Liberian. You there. Another Liberian. Excellent. Power 2. That's actually not terrible. But this guy sells... what? He sells millions of banner patterns. It took me a while to find it, but eventually I found the teleporter that all villagers have. Ah. No, no, no. This is not as Kremrid Desert. This is the hidden sand village. That's what it is. Right, now we go back to Snurtban Town. What the hell is this? Ah! Oh god! Oh, I killed it. Alright, well, nothing like genuine fear to wake you up in the morning, I suppose. Why are we hearing sounds? Okay, Dennis is outside. Ah, crap, it's one of those things. Help me, Doug! Save me! Oh, Doug! No, Doug too! Oh, I'm so sorry, boy. Doug 3, get inside! Get inside, it's not safe. Get in the corner. Get in there. Don't come out here. You'll get infected. Idiot. Oh, that was horrible though. What the hell was in my house? We may have to move things upstairs. But we got our first long arm thing. We need like 9 of these. But still, it's a start. After the adrenaline had left my endocrine system, I then remembered what I was supposed to be doing and headed back to trade with the Liberians. Hello there, squire. Trade with me. You gonna level up? He did. After leveling up our boy, we unlocked the Hell Infusion enchanted book. This is unfortunately completely useless, as it only increases the damage you do in the nether. But that's okay, there was a second Liberian in this village, so now I just had to level him up. On day 73, I finished leveling up our boy, but sadly, he gave us a terrible enchantment as well. No mending for us, it seems. I teleported home, making sure to teleport to the top of the tower before teleporting into my little bunker. The reason being, the bunker is actually extremely dangerous right now, and there are also many types of floating parasites, as you can see this bulbous-looking guy over here. But the sheer number of parasites around made me realize it's time I move everything in this bunker to the top of the tower. And I started with the bookcases. God, I don't like the sound of that. Ah! Don't, no! Oh! He was infected the whole time. Dunk, you betrayed me. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh. God, it must have been... I'm genuinely really sad about that. Oh, Doug, my boy. How could you do this to me? And so we lost our boy, Dunkleosterus III. I had a whole plan for getting him up the tower and everything. I thought we were gonna make it to the end. With you hidden behind the bookshelf there. I really did just kind of throw him behind the bookshelf, didn't I? Anyway, there's no point in being any more depressed than we have to normally be, so we may as well just keep moving things up the tower. One thing that did come in handy though was I managed to use the shulker we've never used. It's basically my moving van. It did still take about a day though. I managed to finish by the morning of day 75. Good lord. Oh yes, it's so lovely to watch the Parasite Endermen out for their morning jog. 4 of them. What is happening right now? 6 of them. Due to the sheer number of parasites on all sides, I decided what we're going to do is use some of this lava I'd collected earlier to create a protective moat of fire. Sadly, the parasites aren't stupid enough to just walk into lava, but it will at least create an obstacle for them. And if they do happen to accidentally touch it, well then they'll die, won't they? Now this guy down here, he is a primitive long arms, and these things have a tendency to adapt into this, the adapted long arms. In order to prevent that happening, I made sure to try and shoot him before he could evolve. In so doing, I discovered my tower isn't as tall as I thought. How? Oh, he's on fire. Okay. Oh, that was exciting. Thanks for stopping by, fellas. Good lord. Okay, so we've learned we're not high enough to be able to avoid parasites at the bottom. If they see us. And if we're clever, they won't. One thing I noticed while I was fighting those Endermen is a couple of them were on fire, so I think they'd managed to touch the lava as they were teleporting up to me. Ergo, what I decided to do was add 2 more lava pillars onto the building. If any Endermen try to teleport up, hopefully they'll get toasted in the process. On day 75, I got introduced to what is going to be our greatest enemy all the way up to day 100. The adapted level parasite. This here is an adapted summoner, chilling out at the bottom of my tower. The good news was I had managed to notice him quite early and was able to snipe him from the top of the tower. My bow also doing additional damage because of its mythic feature. And he went down without too much trouble. If one of these things manages to corner me, I'm almost certainly dead. In fact, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it was one of these guys specifically who ended my previous 100 days. The point is, these things are dangerous and they need to be killed the second they appear. On day 76, I desperately wanted to finish our house. I don't know how much time we have left before things start getting crazy. In fact, things are already not looking too great. But I wanted a house, damn it, and for that, we need a lot more glass. Only problem was, I thought I had a lot more than this, and turns out I don't. So I headed over to the hidden sandy panties village to gather the sand that I need. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, Sneeve, don't you live in the desert? Why are you going to a different place in order to gather sand? Surely it's a plentiful resource. And yes, you're correct. But the problem is, if I'm gathering sand and parasites spawn all around me, I don't want them near my house. And as if to prove my point, just as I was wrapping things up for the day, I was hearing flying parasites nearby, and I couldn't even find them. I hear you. Where are you, scum? I'll have you. Come down here and fight like a boy. Or like a man, rather. Now, though I couldn't find him, I did see a bunch of numbers popping up from underground. This implies something is taking damage down there. It could be a parasite, or it could be something else. Either way, I wanted to go home. I had my sand now, so it's a good time to leave. Jesus. That was right on top of me. Okay, I need to go. Go, 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 go. Shut up. Quiet, villagers. Do you want to die? Oh god. Thanks to our wormhole system, though, I was able to get home nice and safely. All those lightning bolts last night had me once again thinking about my offensive capabilities. And though my bow, being mythical, is fantastic, it's lacking in one important feature. It can't light things on fire. I had an idea, though. If I could enchant a new bow and combine the two, then it meant I would be able to get flame. But much to my dismay, this is not possible. I can't combine a mythical item with a regular crafted item. It's a damn shame. After that, I took it fairly easy for the rest of day 77. I organized my chests, which was a dire necessity, and then continued my build. Okay, this isn't too bad of a process. It's a bit annoying, but it's not as slow as I thought it would be. This is the first time I've ever tried building a non-Euclidean shape. I wanted a sphere, really. It didn't quite turn out that way, but that's what I was trying for. The process was a little weird. I think I found the best way to do it, but I'm not even certain of that. Basically, I placed these cobblestone blocks on one side, and then I placed down the new layer of glass aside the cobblestone, and then removed the cobblestone. Strange and scary things are happening in my brain at the moment. I can't help but feel we need another plinth of lava coming from this side. It would be nice, but we can't all have plinths of lava, can we? I don't even know what I'm making here. It's like a goldfish bowl or something. By the evening, I'd done a few layers, but wasn't finished, and was almost out of glass. Again. But I didn't run out just then, and was able to keep building into day 78. It's all coming together, Squidward. Mr. Squidward. Every time! Every time one of those guys does that, I have a heart attack. One would think I'm getting used to heart attacks by now, but no. As it turned out, with my leveling system, there are some things I can level up that aren't combat related. For example, this one here allows me to climb ladders quicker. I'm not sure why I would spend XP on that, but I'm going to spend XP on this one. Accelerated furnace. It basically just means my furnaces smelt faster. Usually I wouldn't waste XP on that, but if I'm going to be building, it's going to reduce the amount of days I need to be doing so. So does it work? Is my furnace going faster? Oh, it is. We're out of coal. It's bad. Oh my god, it's going so much faster. This will be the Dome of Perseverance. On day 79, I was just about to go out and get myself some more glass. And then I looked into my blocks chest. You see these blocks here? That's glass. I'm an idiot. Okay, no, we're good. I think we can finish it. Well, the dome anyway. We're gonna be living like that Simpsons family. From that show. The Simpsons. This is looking good. This is looking very nice. But I need to sleep. We should be able to finish this, whatever I'm doing today. Right, that's that done. Looks pretty weird. Let's see if I can make it onto the bed. Ready? Here we go. This is a pure challenge. A challenge dedicated to my skill. Hup! Nailed it. One thing that was constantly on my mind while I was building was the fact that I've somehow managed to avoid falling thus far. What the Ah! I had to land in the lava to survive. Oh my god. Ah! What just happened? Oh, and of course the flailing man has returned. Ah! Yes! I see we're all having a bad day where we're lighting ourselves on fire. Ah, it's good. I actually jumped back in the lava to see if I could get him to lure him in. It worked. Got him. Dennis, did you see me? I fell from my tower. Somehow. It was like I double jumped or something. It was weird. Yeah, the scholars are going to be debating exactly what happened there. I basically placed one of the blocks and then found myself propelled into the sky. It's very confusing. If there do happen to be any Minecraft NASA engineers in the comments that can explain what happened there, please do, because I'm going to be the first one to admit that I spent the rest of the day in complete terror, thinking that at some point I'm just going to propel again with no warning. As luck would have it though, my mysterious propulsion abilities did not return, and I was able to finish off one of the sides of our build. Right, that's one side done. Now I just need to do the same on the remaining 3 sides. I don't imagine we'll finish today, but we should finish by tomorrow, day 81, 82. Where we have a lot of glass left, so no time like present, let's get started. We want to finish this ASAP. Because I want to get out there and fight some parasites, damn it. But I'm not doing it while homeless. I might look homeless. Oh my god, my cool sunglasses. I might look homeless, but I refuse to be known as a homeless person. You know, I'm quite surprised we haven't seen any of our friend, the flying parasites yet. By this point, I had mastered my building technique and was able to finish off the remaining 3 sides much quicker. It did take me into day 82, though. Watch this. Perfect. Land on the bed. Ow! I don't understand. I did land on the bed. We've done every side except one, but now we're out of glass, which is brilliant! I love that for us. Just got this gaping big hole right here. So now we need more glass. And more coal. Hup! Come on, bed! Yeah! Got it! Definitely got it. Didn't hit the ground incredibly hard. Other than that, though, I actually quite like the design. It's kind of cool. It's weird, but it's cool. Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you the 2 things that are my biggest concern right now. The first is, of course, the parasites. And the second is that the game keeps crashing all of the time. I don't know what it is about me nearly finishing my build, but it happens so often. And I don't even know why. It was really starting to get on my nerves. Let's get some more glass for now. We need sand, we need glass. We need a will to live. Oh! Ah! Did manage to obtain a very brief reprieve from the crashes though, and in that time I decided to make a new item. This is the interface whenever I want to teleport somewhere. As my teleport points get further away, it costs me increasing amounts of XP to teleport there. But luckily, I know a way to subvert this. Instead of wasting my XP all the time, I crafted a warp stone. With this, I can teleport by hand. It has a very large cooldown, so I can't use it all the time, but I can at least save myself a few XP points here and there. Okay, we could go back to Cleric City. Oh, it has a cooldown. A long cooldown. How long's that? It's like 5 minutes. Oh, and the game crashed! Following that crash, I had to rummage around in the game files to see if I could resolve it. And I think I did. By the time I'd gotten to harvesting my sands, it was already dark. This was doubly annoying because I'd found a pyramid behind me I wanted to explore. And my teleporty stone was on cooldown. So I decided what I'll do is I'll look for a bed in the village, rather than head home. Sleep in the village. Beds, anywhere. Beds. Need a bed? You there. The hell is 2 men in blue jeans in there? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna steal some wool from here. Here we are. White bed. Sleep. Day 83, I gathered the rest of my sand. And then afterwards, had a nosy inside of that temple I'd found. It's the same type of pyramid from which we made the farm, only this one was completely abandoned. I didn't find any mobs at all, or treasure. Very disappointing. After I left the pyramid, I still had a good 4 or 5 minutes left until my thing recharged, so I thought I'd go exploring. Oh, hello. Red people! See if we can get some more masks as well. Yeah. Yeah, them's words. It was about that time I started to get a bit stir-crazy and started stabbing animals at random. I also decided to give my magical wand a test. I haven't really been using it up to this point. I don't really know why, especially considering it lights things on fire. To be honest, it's probably a very good weapon for killing parasites with, and I just haven't been using it. I had a few more minutes left until my thing was recharged, so I thought I would explore the desert, and in so doing, found another village. A Liberian? Yes! Curse of slowness. That's terrible. We're gonna name this place Worcestershire, after the sauce, because that's how it's spelled. I finally got home by day 84, threw my sand into the furnace, and then became extremely depressed. Oh no! Day 84. Okay, we gotta last 16 days. We can do this. 5 is terrible, terrible news. Stage 5 of the parasite apocalypse is bad news. In this phase, feral parasites can now spawn naturally in the overworld. In addition, beacons and dispatchers can now reach stage 3 and 4. This drastically increases their danger and survivability. As for me, well, I'm still building my house, ain't I? Albeit slightly with more pace than I was yesterday, and found myself completely finished by the end of the day. Huzzah! We're done! I am a happy boy! I managed to build a weird-looking home. Actually, I didn't consider this, but how do I get inside now that I'm done? I know. Let's do this. Ow! Right, glass dome done. We now have a globe in which to live. I want to get some more lava next. So we're gonna have to go out into parasite lands. 10 buckets. We'll get 10 buckets of lava. The hidden sand village. Aha! Lava! My man! Telling you the truth though, being outside of my dome during stage 5 certainly had me more jumpy than before. I keep getting the feeling that something's walking behind me. Ah! What the hell just happened? Okay, we got 10 buckets of lava. Hooray! Dear God, what is happening? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Does seem like everywhere I turn now, there's lightning bolts. What is this over here? Dear God. Just a house. A house in the sand. I decided to explore the house in the sand and found it to be made of quartz, which is extremely nice, but I was very on edge due to all the lightning bolts. It really did seem that there was parasites everywhere being transformed. Ah! Good Lord. Wasn't expecting him. Oh my God. Am I actually getting good at this game? We got a strange bone. I've got a strange bone myself after blocking that creeper. Unfortunately, I found all of the chests in the building to be completely empty, and I was also starting to feel very vulnerable here underground, so I thought it about time I leave. Actually, I want to... Oh, I did it again! Oh my god. The reason I had gathered lava is I wanted to ensconce the pillar that supports my tower with this stuff. The more fire I'm surrounded by, the harder it will be for parasites to get up to me, and the easier it will be for them to make a mistake and light themselves on fire. It's basically just an added security measure for when parasites start flying. As the evening was beginning to draw to a close, I reviewed what I need to be able to make parasite weapons. These living weapons are the strongest in the game, and one of my goals for this video is to craft at least one of these weapons before the end. If I survive that long, of course. Crafting them isn't easy though. As you can see, we need one of these handles, and for that we need 3 yellow eye bones. And the total amount of yellow eye bones we have is... 0. Parasite body parts are very hard to find. You have to find the specific parasite itself and also get lucky on the drop rate. Due to this reason, the only way I'm going to be able to craft a parasite weapon is if I go hunting for parasites. As luck would have it, on the morning of day 86, I saw a yellow eye floating around below my tower. And not only that, he was also a moron and flew straight into the lava. Ah, the lava strat is working! Oh, but I lost my bone into the fire. Oh wait, no, there it is. Yes. Okay, we got a bone. Not all of the parasites we need to hunt will be stupid enough to fly into the lava near my house, though. And in fact, if I do want to go hunting for parasites, I thought it would be a much smarter idea to not do it at home. My initial strategy was to stay up late on the night of day 85, and then in the morning of day 86 go hunting for what had spawned. But by the time I got down there, all of the parasites apart from that yellow eye had managed to crawl underground. And underground is somewhere I'm not going to go. I may have double-digit IQ, but even I'm not stupid enough to crawl underground where I don't belong. And so I had to come up with a new strategy. Firstly, I did a little training at the farm. I needed to enchant my new helmet. I'd gotten rid of the mask, it breaks too easily. I will quickly mention one thing that was annoying me while I was in the farm was I couldn't tell what time of day it was. I kept on having to crack open the window to check. Must be almost nighttime now. Ah! Oh, God! Oh, thank you, Kevin, for saying hello. Oh. Now that I was done at the farm, I quickly teleported to Worcestershire. It's now nighttime, and perfect time to hunt parasites. I wasn't going to be doing this at home, and I figured Worcestershire is a good distance away. Now I know at the beginning of this video I said the only way we survive is if we sleep every single night. But the simple fact of the matter is I won't be able to get enough parasite ingredients if I stay in my house. And also it'll be kinda boring to watch. So from this point onward, I spent every single night farming parasites. Was this extraordinarily dangerous and very stupid? Yes it was. But I can't explain to you how badly I wanted one of those living weapons. Plus, there are other things that we can craft with the parasite bits, not just living weapons. If you remember from the beginning, I said we can upgrade the Ruptor armor. Well, that's going to be one of our goals as well. For that, we also need parasite bits. So the nights of cowering underneath my pillow are over, and now we've embraced good old-fashioned homicide. In order to improve our armor, we need armor plates. Those are dropped by these guys, the long arm. Yes! Plate! Several plates! It's our first one. In order to craft the weapon, we're going to need claws from reekers, claws from arachnids, bones from yellow eyes, and an orb from a summoner. Now that shopping list might not sound very long, but it's good to keep in mind that I'm going to have to spend every night fighting off hordes of regular parasites as well. And the parasites aren't going to take this assault lying down. Each night, the parasite hive mind becomes slightly more intelligent, and it will continuously send new parasites to try and deal with me. And that's not to mention the evolution system is still in full effect. Remember that every time a new parasite spawns or consumes organic matter, the number keeps going up. And the only thing that's going to be slowing it down is me. Ergo, in order to accomplish my goals, I had to make sure that I was getting stronger faster than the hive mind. To make sure this is happening, I decided I would spend my days in the farm gathering experience, and during the nights I would return to the hunt. This time I made sure to use my little wand of fire. Again, it doesn't do much damage, but the fire damage it does is excellent. Oh, I nearly died. Between my saber, my mythic bow, and my magical wand of fire, taking down the parasites and farming their giblets wasn't too hard. In fact, during that night of day 86, I first used the wand on a parasite enderman and figured out just how useful it is. Basically, when they teleport away, they keep burning, so I don't have them come back. It's nice. The hardest thing I had to face was the fact that beacons kept on trying to spawn as I was killing parasites. I had to make sure to kill all of them or I'd be overwhelmed. Nope. Definitely not. Sorry. Okay, another parasite hunting night complete. We've got 3 armor fragments. And that's it. Oh, and 2 strange bones. On day 87, it occurred to me I have run completely out of arrows. And so I had to spend some time doing our flinty strategy in order to replenish my stocks. There were many more parasite items I needed to farm before I'd be able to create my weapon. So in the meantime, I elected to use the armor plates I found to craft better armor. After all, as the nights progress, things are only going to get deadlier, and I was pungently aware that the parasites are doing a lot of damage. For example, this feral human here is considered to be one of the weaker parasites, and the armor I was wearing during this clip is stronger than diamonds. And so I made myself the carapace helmet, which is stronger than netherite. During the 3rd night of my challenge, I started seeing these guys, which have a hell of a lot more limbs than I like. And also, I managed to spy my first naturally spawned adapted level parasite. Look at all the health! Jeez. I did my best to keep my distance from the adapted parasites, but sometimes I'm just a little too delicious for them. Oh boy. Run. Run. We need to get home. Now. Sleep. Oh, I can't believe we escaped. That arachnida would have one-shot me. The sad part is we need to go back. We got some things, but not much. Yellow eye bones. We've only got 2. During daylight, on day 89, after completing my daily training, I thought I'd quickly stop by the cleric village and see what their prices are for selling my rotten meat. I'm doing so much training at the moment, I have an excess. Now, where are all the clerics? I remember there being thousands of them. Where are these clerics? Oh, sorry there, squire. Ah, there is a cleric. Hello, my friend. Would you happen to be in the rotten flesh business? You are, my good man. To be honest, I don't really know what the point of doing this was. I thought maybe it'd give me more XP, but the farm's far more efficient, and I get plenty of XP during the parasite hunts anyway. Parasites are beginning to spawn. Let's get back to the stomping ground at Worcestershire. It was at that point that my goldfish-like memory showed itself, and I completely forgot that the night before I'd been running for my life. Worcestershire. Oh. Okay, he actually was extremely close. That is an adapted arachnida. We don't want to get anywhere near that thing. In fact, has it seen us? I'm not sure. We're getting away. Using my stealth, I managed to avoid the arachnida, but then I was attacked by a bucket of fried chicken. Sadly, this great hero to the parasites perished like many others. Now that I was stuck in a cyclical hell of my own creation, the days started to mold together. Night 90 looked like night 91, and day 92 looked like day 93. But every time the sun fell and rose, I got a little bit closer to my goal. During the days, I maintained my gear, upgraded what I could, and restocked my ammunition, as well as doing my training, of course. During the night, I did nothing but kill parasites, and things went quite well. But we did have a few close calls. What was that? What are these sounds? Oh no, I think that thing just evolved. Yes, it did. Run! Run! Oh god! Run! Run! Don't go in the water! No! Thank you! Oh god, another one. Okay, I'm gonna have to end this night. Run, run, run. Please, I don't want to die! Okay, I ran to the wrong place. It's fine. Sleep. Ugh, I hate going out when it's wet. It's wet, I can't light them on fire, and those flying ones, if they adapt, they can kill me. To be honest, I was impressing myself at this point. I seem to be living at night. I was tanky, I was strong, and although the hive mind kept on throwing new parasites at me, the hell is this thing? It's an assimilated bear. Doesn't really look like a bear. It's horrible though. It's filled with worms. Each morning I found myself still alive somehow. So much so that on day 94 I couldn't be bothered training anymore, so I thought I'd add some stairs and flanges onto my house. Yes, a flange is a technical term. I wouldn't look it up in the dictionary though, it'll probably lie to you. Anyway, I think the phalanges look quite cool, and I was so happy and proud with my progress. Right. It's currently day 95. We're so close. So close. Yet so far. Fucking crashing bull. On day 96, I was memeing around with the enchanter and uncovered the infinity enchantment. This gives you infinite arrows. Though, of course, we learned earlier that I can't combine my bow with things, so I didn't think I could. However, for some reason, now I can. I don't know why this is, but I know that my ammunition problems are now over. Now, although my dopamine levels were certainly higher than usual, that doesn't mean I thought myself invincible. I was fairly certain that adapted level parasites could still one-shot me, so I had to adopt a unique survival strategy when it came to adapteds. Basically, scream like a little girl and run for the teleporter. Run! Run, run, run. Oh, it's shooting at me. Run! No, no, no! No! It's right there! Oh God! Oh my God! Okay, sleep, sleep, sleep. Okay, right. That was bad. That was very bad. We were so close to death. Oh my God. Maybe I'm taking too many risks right now. Okay, we have to think. Okay, Worcestershire's very overrun at the moment. It's currently day 97. We have 3 days left to live. We can do this. My near-death encounter made me wait a bit before going back to Worcestershire. I did go back, but by then it was the middle of the day, and thankfully the spider had managed to retreat a little. In fact, I very gingerly entered the desert and couldn't find it anywhere. But I was glad I went back that day, because I finally obtained one of the few things we're missing for our living weapon. Alright, come here, Squire. Yes! We got our orb! Now we just need some armor fragments and we're done. What are these things? They drop fragments. Yes! We got our orb. Now we just need 4 armor fragments, we're done. Don't even have to wait till night anymore to farm parasites, it seems. There's an adapted Rika over there. Okay, he's seen me. Oh, got him. Just as he was charging. Ew, 2 Rika claws. We're done. We're done with Rika claws. All we need to do is be very, very careful and get a few more armor fragments. I'm currently strafing around these most infected parts of the desert. See if we can find anything that will drop the armor fragments we need. Yes! Oh! Today's been a lucky day. How about that? Haha! 19 health. I'm a healthy boy. You know, some say it is not those who are born weak who are doomed to fail. It is those who refuse to become strong. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but what I did know is every single morning I found myself remembering and learning from the night before. Oh, when I was being chased last night, I realized now I could have used an ender pearl to escape. I didn't even think of that. I was so panicked and running. I didn't even think of it. And every night I tried to apply what I had learned from the night before. Oh no. No, 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 no. Run! Ah! Okay. That was very lucky that pearl landed on the roof there. We did get some armor fragments. How many? 2! Yes! Okay, where are the other 2? Can't see them anymore. I assume they've gone. Oh. Good throw on the pearl by me. I'm usually bad at that kind of thing. But I shouldn't mislead you. Although my IQ may have doubled from 3 to 5, I was still making incredibly stupid decisions. Such as leaving these beacons to grow so that they would spawn more parasites I could farm. Allowing beacons to evolve from stage 1 all the way to stage 3 without getting rid of them. Allowing my armor pieces to break before repairing them. My boost just broke. And of course shooting adapted parasites in the mouth without any thought for what I would do if it started chasing me. No. Okay. There's one big long arms over there. What the hell did he just drop? Like a red cube. Got him. God, I hate those things. What is happening here? And I assure you, viewer, that those moronices were only the beginning. But somehow, in some strange universe that we happen to live in, I managed to live long enough in order to get enough armor fragments, and therefore all of the ingredients we needed to make a parasite weapon. Perfect. Please? Yes! Yes! Haha! Oh! Yes! We're done! We can finally make it! Top of the tower. Right. So we need our orb. Our second orb. We need these. We need a lot of these, I believe. Long arm fragments. And we need our bones. And with that, I had everything I needed to make the weapon of my dreams. This thing is beautiful. 1.6 attack speed, 12 attack damage, 350 brake horsepower, an inbuilt cleaning function, and it's AI enabled. Guaranteed to engorge your loins and comes with a 60-day warranty. This thing is a beast. Very annoying to make though. I had to consistently go into the recipe and make individual pieces by hand. Now we can make it. Yes. The living saber. Right. We have a parasite weapon. So cool. Now the only problem was, to unlock this weapon's true potential, I need to enchant it and also get a lot of kills with it. That way it turns from a living weapon into a sentient weapon. And so I quickly nipped down to the farm, got 40 levels, and managed to enchant our bad boy. To be honest, I did get a little bit screwed on the enchants. I only got a sharpness 4, which increases its damage, but it's a beginning. Now, last night, my shoes also broke, so I needed to make some more boots. And this was actually the final piece of upgraded ruptor armor I had left. Annoyingly, I didn't have any good enchants to put on it at the moment, so I needed to wait, and was rudely interrupted by a man. There's a zombie in my house. What? But killing that innocent zombified bystander must have granted me some good luck, because for some reason, after he was dead, I managed to get protection 4 on my shoes. Now you might be wondering, it's day 98. Why am I so worried about my gear? Well, the answer's quite simple. I'm not going to make night 98 or 99 easy for myself. Unbeknownst to me, all of the parasites, as they crawled back underground, had formed 3 nexuses, 2 very large dispatches, and 1 stage 3 beacon. These are all extremely dangerous, and I'm going to spend night 99 fighting them, in an effort to try and cleanse my home of impurity. Before I fight at home, though, I need to finish off my work at Worcestershire. My plan was to eliminate all the beacons I'd left behind, in order to reduce the parasitic presence in the world. Night 98 also served as an excellent test run for my new sword. I love this thing. See how much damage we can do to this primitive Rika here. Yes, we one-shot him! This is a good sword. Now we're slaying parasites. My experience, combined with my new weapon, meant that night 98 went incredibly well, although the vermins were certainly still very annoying, as they jump around all over the place and shoot little squiggly men at you. Got him! And on night 99 I burned the last of the beacons. Now I was free to return home and try and deal with my own infestation. Teleporting down from my tower, I decided I would spend the daytime getting a lay of the land and trying to figure out just how bad things are. I was unaware at this point of the 3 nexuses that were under my feet, but I certainly knew that something wasn't quite right, and even noticed a level 2 beacon just sitting there on the sand. Level 2s aren't that hard to remove. The annoying part is you have to chop away at the roots before you can burn them, but they don't have that much health and don't send too many parasites to defend themselves, so all in all, it's not too bad. But the biggest issue wasn't the beacons, it was the fact that the parasites for some reason seemed to be whipped up into a frenzy. Some of them are much faster than usual, and doing additional damage. And although I made it all the way to day 99, these faster, stronger parasites proved a little too much for me. Oh my god, he nearly killed me. No! I'm screwed! I have 3 hearts! He's doing so much damage! I'm racking my brain right now trying to think of what to do. I got him. Oh! Half a heart! What the heck was that thing? It's just a regular long arms, but he was 10 times faster. I was so close to death there. I didn't realize my home was so dangerous. Maybe going to Worcestershire was actually safer. It takes me a long time to heal all my health. Whatever it was that nearly killed me, I decided can wait until nighttime. For now, I wanted to head back to the farm. Last time I was there, we had sprung a leak for some reason, and upon arriving, I realized what it was. Okay, that's what it was. 2 cysts had been eating at the farm. I didn't know. There's a bone boy! What? Hello? I set about repairing the farm. I removed the cysts and started rebuilding. Now I know this may seem pointless now that we're almost finished, but this farm served me well and I have fond feelings for it. I don't know if we would have survived this long if it weren't for the farm. I'm here to fix things. I'm here to fix the plumbing. Is that resolved? I assume so. As I finished up, I noticed the sun was beginning to set, so it was now time for our final battle. I teleported home and had a quick look over the land. I needed to make sure there wasn't anything that was instantly going to kill me as I teleported down there, and then I rifled through my possessions in order to find anything that might be useful. The final thing I did was just organize my inventory. I needed my special magic wand to be very close at hand. After that, the night had begun. Where? Okay, here we go. The night of day 99. We survived tonight. We've done it. We've lived. But already, things are going kind of crazy. Down there. And we're going to get rid of all of these beacons we find. We'll stop these parasites from adapting too much. Let's get down there. Okay, I hate that sound. What the hell is that? What was that? I saw its name, it was called a warden, but I've never seen one of those before. It dropped black sludge. You? Okay, no time to worry about that. Burn this. Get out of here. 2,000. Enough. So many primitives. No, no rain! Oh boy. I got it. Yes! Where am I? I didn't know that was there. Giant hole in the ground. Ooh, that scared the hell out of me. I thought I was in a parasite lair or something. Got him. So many holes in the ground for the parasites. You can still burn them a little bit, not a lot. Over there. Good lord, this one's fast. What the hell just happened? Oh my god. I'm out of food. I can't hit these things. Got it. Got it. Whew. I hit that thing. Is the sun rising? I think it is. We did it! Well, not quite, but nearly. We're nearly there. Okay. A few more adapters. Any big problems need taken care of. The sun's rising. Yes! We've done it! I feel like those things that keep popping out of the ground are what's making them fast and deadly. This guy here is moving much faster than yellow eyes usually do. Is it just me or my arrows are bouncing off? They're disappearing. That one's certainly not, though. Got him. Okay. Head back home. Top of the tower. We did it. Day 100. A miserable day 100. It's raining. Maybe that's to remember the English. Where's that? There's this one up here. Bed. Perfect. We did it! Day 100! I actually did it this time. And I wasn't a coward. I was a coward, but I was less of a coward. I actually did some fighting. And so that wraps up our Parasite journey. This one has been extremely impressive by me. I very rarely survive these things. Last time we only made it to day 93 or something, I remember. It was at this point that I went underground and explored exactly what was going on in my home. And yes, things were quite terrible. There was this big dispatcher guy and another one of the same size. And, of course, the Big Beacon. I suspect that the improved parasites that were faster and stronger were the result of these two dispatches, but I'm not certain. I know it's something like that. But please, tell me what you thought of my base. It's kind of weird, I know, but it was kind of cool as well. I don't know. I'm happy with it. I definitely could have done something more, but it's fine. Next video is definitely going to involve dinosaurs. I have been benevolently granted by Pufferfish the inherited world from Forge Labs, and we'll definitely be moving on to that immediately. Thank you so much to the patrons. My heart goes out to you. This Parasite video took a lot longer than I wanted it to. My initial release date was like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, things happened. So the patrons really did help out this time, as they always do. So I'm gonna read out a few names at random, of course. Kigama, Vex, Scar, Laura, Les, Hannah, Monica, Kunoko, Haley, Maya, Reclused, yes, that sounds like me, Hee, Nick Jagger, Yerbs, of course, Elvaria, Fornodo, Blaren, Jimmy, Ray, the Procrastinator, Macame, and Michael Volcano. These are the names of human beings. Thank you, and I'll see you soon for some dinosaurs and, blood drinking. Yes. I need, unbreaking, please. I mean, I don't. We're done. What am I doing? The video's over. I don't know why I'm still mucking around. Look at my weird tower.